Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy time zone wherever you're at joining us. We're happy to have you here. Welcome to the factory. Today, we are going to round out the week with jumping back into Voyagers of Nera. They've got drops going on right now, as well as the game is on sale on the Steam Workshop through the 13th next week. What we've been doing the last few days is they've added the ability to place a second base in each of the biomes of the game. And so there's three biomes currently available. There's a fourth coming out in the not too distant future. So we are going to just go ahead and build those second bases in each biome. We've got two of the three done. The second one's almost done. So we'll finish that off and jump into the third biome, find a place to build a base, get that built, and then we're going to have some fun with some of the trials and check those out. But we are glad you're here. So happy you joined us today to celebrate your Friday. Hope everybody's got good plans for the weekend, and we're just going to dive right into it. We remember how to get up from the emotes there. So this is the second base in the second biome. Biome is called the Reef. It's characterized by all of this red coral and tall verticality in this biome, a lot of verticality, which is good because we have the glider. And you can also get an ability that will give you this plume or updraft, and you can go very high with that and kind of get a nice aerial view or get yourself launched up to where you need to be. Just be sure to keep your stamina in check. Don't want to run out of that while you're over land. So here at this base, we've got the farm beds placed. We're going to let my wife do all of her planting around these areas, so we'll check those out. We'll put some pictures on the Discord after. I think we're going to play this weekend with T-Mama, and so she'll have all this looking beautiful by then. This is the new water feature where you can refill your water cans. Oh, that little manta ray is super sleepy there, isn't he? That's one of the many spirits, the little guide spirits that you can have, companion spirits and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and get some music going for us today, and you guys let me know in chat how the sound levels are. So here at this location, we've got only I think one more bench and these two beds to complete. We'll probably get some furniture thrown in here, give it a little bit of lived-in look. We're not going in too much detail with these secondary bases right now just yet. Just want to make them functional. So we're going to have all the necessary storage boxes for the different workshop or the different work tables, the stations. And we're just about done with this one. We've got kind of a workshop porch off of the bedroom, and the whole thing is built up onto this cliff face here. Thought that wound up looking pretty neat. Now to get, let's go ahead and get this stuff, I think, moved upstairs. That's going to take a minute. Oh, especially because it's going to make us so slow. Yeah, that's going to be a very slow transfer. Let's make that a little quicker, shall we? What can we drop that's super heavy? How about some tide metal? Oh wow, that didn't even have to drop that much. Let's try that again. We can get part of this up here. Drop 5. Hey, that's already got us. Alright, head back to the top. Now, the reason I want to kind of transfer this all up here is because as we're building our next base location, we're no doubt going to need some of these mats. And if I have them upstairs here, I'm just going to throw them in these boxes right here for now. They are going to be, not sure why that's only transferring one. Typically, there it goes. You just have to hold shift and click on those to get them transfer the whole stack. Now, box downstairs is the biggest, most advanced storage box that you have in the game, so it is bigger than the ones that we're putting this into. So we're going to use both of them, I'm sure. Grab the rest of that we dropped and see if we can get all the rest of it. Oh no, it's going to take a couple trips, unfortunately. Should be able to get into our inventory here and drop some of this. My goodness, so heavy. You can see your total carry capacity right down here at the bottom, and you need to get this number below that. If you're encumbered, this is your movement speed. Pretty rough. So we're going to go ahead and keep at it here. It's getting close. There we go. I want to get, whoop, didn't mean to do that. I want to get as many of these as we can. Pick that up. So we're, oh, I picked up too much. Just try a few of these at a time. That's almost it. Going for 600. There she is. We'll skedaddle these things up top. Try not to flip the camera around too much, make everybody dizzy falling out of their chairs. Now this one's about full. We're going to store like items, and that's going to do it for that chest. Pop into the secondary overflow here. Okay, getting back to what I started to mention a moment ago, the reason we want to move these up top here is because they have introduced what's called the Ancient's Gate. And this is a teleporter, a fast travel between biomes. If you're just traditionally traveling either via ship or your skimboard to go from biome to biome, which this is all three for anybody that hasn't seen all of that yet or hasn't gotten the game yet. Again, it's on sale. It's on Steam this week, or up through the 13th. You have to sail or skimboard across these crags here, and the dark purple, the darker the purple of the water here, the deeper the depth of the water. And so this area here is actually called the Deep. And it's got a big sea monster in it. It's pretty dangerous and can be stressful for some, but they did introduce these ancient gates. So you place one of these at each base, and even if it's in another biome, you can just fast travel to it. So as we begin completing our third additional base in the Elderwood or the Greatwood biome, we're going to want to zip back and forth to grab some of these materials to complete those workstations. And since the ancient gate is up top, this way we don't have to continue going up and down throughout the stream. We'll just knock all of this transfer out right now. But yeah, I hope everybody's had a great week and ready for the weekend. We're going to have gorgeous weather down here. I believe the wife and I are going to take advantage and head to the beach. We haven't really had a beach day yet this season, so that'll be nice. Oh, is this already empty? No. Let's hit the sort button, get up top. I don't know if we'll be able to, probably not be able to carry all this one more trip. These rocks here are called Sharpstone. And La Venus Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the factory. So glad to have you. Hope you're enjoying your day and looking forward to the weekend. We're going to go into the build menu and just get rid of this little chest here. We just threw this thing down as we were building this this base here. Oh, we've got a little too much in our pockets. I think it was the tide stones. We can have some of them, but not all of them. We might as well just drop the stack, because if we've got to make another trip, then we'll have plenty of room for that on that trip. The game has gorgeous graphics. It's really, and we're doing this, we're feeling pretty good today, but we were a little under the weather earlier this week. You pop past that song. And so this is just a very cozy game. Looks like we're running out of room in this box as well, so let's overflow into a third. And so it was just a nice cozy game to get into this week. We needed to check out all the newness, the new hotness that they've put out with the updates. They've issued combat improvements. They've added the additional base in each biome. Some other big changes. They've added a lot of decorative building pieces for fine detail, like dishes and knickknacks and things like that you can stick on your shelves. They've also added to where your spirit, your rescued spirits that you get in the game. It's kind of how the story of the game is. You work through the biomes, through the map, and rescue these stranded spirits, and they will now occupy your house. Hello, I'm from German, so sorry for my bad English. I bet it's better than my German, so no worries on that. Turn my music down a little. How many times you spent in this game? Let's see. Well, we played the demo first when it was out last year, and now we've got in this playthrough we're only about 80 hours since they've come out with the early access and put it out on Steam that way. And they've had several updates in that time as well. We've really enjoyed it. The wife and I have been playing this together. She likes doing harvesting and resource gathering, cooking, farming. She makes our potions and all of that, and then I do all of the building, and then of course we do all of our questing and storyline and everything together. So that's where we are at with it. So now that we've got all of this moved up here, do we have it all moved up here? Did I leave something else down there, chat? Was there one more trip? I think we got it all. We're going to just say we got it all. So at this location, this is our second base at the second biome called the Reef. Our main base is right here in the middle, and it's quite a bit more developed and detailed. Just let me know in chat. We can go take a tour of some of the bases if you'd like. Still a little bit getting my voice back and my throat back, but I've got my energy back, and that's good. Makes all the difference. But yeah, so this is our second base at the second biome, and then we'll head over to the third biome next to build that up. But to finish us off here, we need to do some more detailing, shelves and knickknacks and things of that nature. But we just want to get the basics to make them all functional, fully functional bases. And so these are all of the crafting tables in the game. I've got to finish up the mana forge here, which, as you can see, it takes one construct's gift. Now that particular resource can only be obtained by defeating the construct in battle, which is you'll see him here in a minute. He's a big how would you describe it? Kind of a he's a big rock guardian kind of guy. I can't think. Oh, ruins. He kind of matches all the ruins that you come across in the game from left behind from the ancients. And so we'll go defeat him in a friendly test of strength, and he'll give us that construct gift, knock that out. And then for this, I think we can go ahead and knock these out right now. We're just going to need 3 ropes, 10 cloth, and 1 rope, 9 cloth. So we need 4 ropes and 19 cloths from our loom right here. We'll grab the ropes first. And the cloths take a little longer to craft, so we'll let those cook maybe while we go grab that construct gift. And I think that'll do it at this location. Drop this heavy tide metal, or sharpstone I mean, off here. Your building looks so cool. Oh, thank you. You start this game today? That is exciting. It's such a great game. I'll show you one thing as we journey over to our construct battle here. Actually, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and fast travel to our Greatwood base. Or Greatwood? Yeah, the Greatwood is the third biome. As the game progresses, in each biome, you work your way through these trials at these sunken ruins. And after 3 of them, you collect different ancient shards, which allow you to then go battle the construct of that biome. Upon defeating the construct, you free the elder spirit of that biome. The first biome is called the Embrace, and you free the ocean spirit. And then in the Reef, where we just were, you free the wind spirit. And finally, here in the Greatwood, you free the earth spirit. And then those spirits come live in shrines at your base. And these are them. They're pretty fantastic. But I bring them up because you can approach them and receive a blessing from them called your form. So you've got earth form, wind form, and we currently have ocean form. Or I believe it's called wave form, maybe? No, it is ocean form. Well, what that does for us is gives you a boost to your swim speed, and it changes your skimmer a bit. So let's pop back over to the reef. We're going to go fight this construct. We'll just go to this one. It'll be fine. This will be the other base, our first base that we had at the reef. Well, thank you. We do love our building. The game is just really impressive. I don't know if you're a part of the developers Discord, but you can find that from the store page for the game, and they are incredibly involved with the community, very active in the Discord. They put out dev streams on Twitch, and you can get in there and give suggestions and ask questions. It's been real fun experience here. So this is our kind of main base that we had at the second biome, the reef. We've got a kitchen here and some crafting, textile crafting, all the main crafting over on that side. This is that mana forge that we're trying to build over there. This is what allows you to build your Twitch drop, or where you would receive your Twitch drops. You can get those Twitch drops if you follow here, and anybody that's streaming, any participating streamers for Voyagers of Nera this week. I believe also through the 13th. You have to check that out in the link, but this is what the skimmer is that you get to replace your typical wooden skim board. And then you have this mana flare, and now the flares, the typical flare is blue, and the Twitch flare gives you that Twitch purple flare. And the flare, it will mark your current location for your crewmates, your squad mates, to find you exactly where you're at on the map if you found what you're looking for. And it just sends up a flare into the sky so they can visually just head right for that. The game does support multiplayer. You have to check, don't quote me on this, I should have checked on this yesterday, but I believe it's either 8 or 10. So you can get all your friends together and have some great adventures here. All of our bases, with the exception of the one we were just at, always have a dock, because you can also build your own ships in this game. There's 3 different ship sizes. This is the largest of the 3. And it's a lot of fun building these things. You begin with just this center section, the main hull, and you can, at your discretion, add 3 or 4 different styles of pontoon. Of course, you can put sails. It'll allow you to put up to 4 storage chests right here on the vessel. And then you can put a certain number of buildables, craftables, like workbenches. You can put bed. It has some craftables that are specially made for the boat, like your beds here. This is what the boat bed looks like. This guy is a sailing stone, so you're able to control all of the sails from the rudder, from the steering, the helm. And finally, this is a tidal resonator. For this, you have to add tide crystals, and then it will spawn, you see my little manta ray here next to us, it'll spawn a whole school of those in the water behind your vessel, and it's like a speed boost for your vessel. Here for the drops, and buy the skin pack on Steam. Oh, I don't know if I may have to go check that out. The skin pack, is it skins for armor? I don't believe I've noticed that. Oh, it may be for the hulls, perhaps. You have to fill me in on that one, but the ocean form, getting back to what that particular ancient blessing does for you, we're going to head over to fight the construct. I believe, where is the construct in this biome? I think he's this one here, but I'm pretty sure he's here. Let's just head over here. It's a pretty spot, even if it's not where he's at. So your ocean form allows you to do this. And we love this. Seeing this on an intro video actually is what sold us on the game. We love ships, and we like to be able to build anything, building bases, spaceships in certain games. Boats are amazing. I've got salt water in my blood, but this just feels so good. It's very fast. You've got amazing control over it. I think we actually need to turn in here, but it's a lot of fun in the game. Now when you're on your ship instead of the skim board, whoa, there's a big old shark right there. Did you see that guy? He can't catch us, but he's going to try. When you're on a ship sailing around here, you'll notice all these hostile creatures under the surface. They will bite your boat, and it doesn't take many bites to sink you. Now if you get sunk, it does give you the option, I think that's our turn right there. it gives you the option to resurface your vessel, so you don't lose everything. In fact, it comes back up with any inventory you might have had in it as well. So you just have to craft a surfacing glyph is what they call it. You just have to craft this special bit that you put in your hotbar, and you just approach your sunken vessel and it'll bring it right back up. And then there's also repair kits. So if you have those equipped in your hotbar, you craft those as well at your base, bring them with you. As you're being bitten, you can repair your ship so that it doesn't actually fully sink. And we could have potentially, let's get our sword and shield out here, have a little combat. Oh, I do not have a sword. You can repair your ship so it doesn't get sunken in the first place. Sir, have a tic-tac. I need to refocus. Alright. The weapons that we're using are as of right now, the in-game weapons. So most of the enemies we're going to come into contact with, it doesn't take much for us to get that. Now I see my mark there. Where are we? We need to get inside of here. See if we can remember how to do that. Perhaps this way. And then this is just the standard skimboard without that boost. Yes, they're going to be right in here. Somewheres. Where was that fella at? Okay, well, we'll just head that way. I hadn't played this ruin for a while, so I don't remember exactly how to get in here. Now, when you first come through these areas, let me get safely on the beach and I'll pull the map out to show you, but the whole land is corrupted with corruption. And you can see I have a little bit of corruption starting to build up on the bottom bar there. That's a swing and a miss. The corruption will eventually, when it fills that entire bar, it will start eating out your health. When you're at your base, your corruption will be cleansed, and you can also craft potions to cleanse that corruption as well. But when you first come in to each biome, there's 3 of these little purple dots on the map, and they actually stay on the map even after you've defeated them. There's another one there and one there. Now what those create is a sphere about this large around the outside of them. It's a big dome, like a shield dome almost, but it's purple in color, and when you get inside of it, it's corrupted and toxic, and you start building up that corruption. So you've got to get in there, and at the center are these large spires, they call them, corruption spires. You have to get in there to those spires and destroy all these little nodes on them to, oh, I see all that guy, almost too late. So that's a lot of fun, just clearing all of the zones and kind of bringing whoop, he almost got us, and kind of bringing the beauty back to the realm. Where is somebody's throwing stuff at us? Where's that guy? There, I see you now. That's okay, I've got something for you too, sir. You hold still now. Did he change his mind? He get bored? We'll go get him upstairs. Oh, and the new draw is, for the new update, they've added farming. Whoop, I better get out of here. They've added farming for the new update, and that requires watering those plants, those crops. And the way you water them is with these little watering pails. They've added a couple of waterfalls to each biome that provide fresh water. And that was a lightning strike that almost got us. And those watering cans can be filled at the waterfalls with fresh water, or you see they also added weather, this most recent update. And the weather, if it's raining, it'll also water your crops if they're outdoors. But he almost got us too, didn't he? These guys are grumpy. These are some of the corruption land enemies that you'll encounter. they're different for each biome, so that breaks up the monotony a bit. We're going to go ahead and grab all of this raw mana that it gives us. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that one. We may have to climb back up here for it. Here we go. All right, look at that. And I just noticed there's another fellow back there, isn't there? So yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far, and they've got even bigger plans for it. Hopefully that may include getting rid of phantom floating arrows. There it went. Kind of arrow just hanging out there for a bit. Oh, so the watering cans. One of the new drop. This is the second time they've done a drops campaign for the game. The first drop had a few of the same items, but the new drop also includes an infused watering can. So it is equivalent to the tier 3 watering can. It waters the higher tiers you get on each of these watering cans. It will water the plants a little faster, as well as water a larger area, so more of them at a time. And there's 3 tiers, and the new infused watering can is equivalent to that 3rd tier. It just has the great twitch purple in it there. I believe we're going to need to go that way, so we're just going to head or take these guys out at the pass here. I do not recall how we get up there. Oh no, we're going to have to reset now, aren't we? Not too far though. Yeah, we're definitely going to do the beach thing this weekend. Gonna kind of go light with it though. I don't think we're going to do the whole, pack mule worth of beach goods for a whole day, but just kind of lightweight, a couple of chairs and a radio. Neither of us drink anymore, so, oh, okay. Now it says the trial is complete. These do reset after a certain amount of time, and then you can also craft an offering to present if you want to fight them more often than that, and it'll reset the scenario. We did 3 of these yesterday in order to build the bases we were doing there, and apparently this one didn't reset, so we'll just take that from him. Oh, you know what? Actually, looks like we've got some Twitch ads running, so just in case anybody's on that ad, we'll just hang out for a minute. But the thing I forgot about is each one of these biomes, and this was different in the demo, but they have these ruins. So you've got the ruins that we're at right now, called Windswept Ruins. There are these tide-worn ruins here, as well as the lost ruins up here. Each of the 3 ruins presents a different challenge. So some of them are puzzles, some of them are what we just now did, that's a little bit of a parkour challenge to get up to the top, and then finally they have combat challenges where you're actually fighting that fellow right there, the construct. Welcome back from ads, everybody on Twitch. I was just talking about how the reason we didn't have to fight this fella is in each biome you have 3 of these ruins like we were just at. There's one there in this biome, the tide-worn ruins here, and the lost ruins right up here. Each one of those present a different type of challenge. We just did a bit of a parkour challenge, some verticality and gliding to get up into this room. Just completing that challenge is what defeats the ruins, and you get your construct gift, which we just received from that chest right here. And it is forged by the ancients, a source of power granted upon completing a construct's trial, used to build the mana forge, that's us, and other magical objects. So this one just had a challenge to get up here to him. Other ruins will have a combat challenge where you actually fight one of these constructs, and then there are others yet that are puzzles. Think like Tomb Raider's Enshrouded type of like a dungeon puzzle. So we have got what we came for, and we're going to look before I jump. Look before you leap. Wise words. Let's see where we're going. I'm going to remove that marker from the map, and mostly we just need to get Really all we need to do is get to any base and we can use those ancient gates to fast travel. But since we're in the correct biome already, let's go ahead and head back to where we're actually going. So that's going to be over yonder. And I believe we need to get out of this bay this way. But yeah, so happy to have everybody here and hope everybody's having fun with the game. Like I've mentioned, I play it with my wife, but you can play it with just about all your friends. It's very friendly with multiplayer. You can see those on the dev streams that they do and various community streams. The Discord's very active as well, so be sure to get in there and keep up with everything that's coming and everything that's out new now. We're going to go ahead and hit that ocean form ability. It has cooled down and it is a heck of a boost. Again, when I'm playing solo, I typically travel like this as opposed to using the ships because it's a little tricky to sail and steer and repair when you get bit all at the same time. And this is this is just a lot of fun. This is what sold me on this game, is seeing the developers do this in a video. It was just, oh, enough said. And it was free. The demos were all free. They did come with a lot of resets, so we built lots of bases and lots of bases and lots of bases again. So the building in this game is very forgiving. It's you don't have to be any kind of creative genius master builder to put something together. Everything snaps into sockets is what they call it. You put down a frame essentially. I think we're around the back side of this, if I remember right. But you put down like a frame and then you just snap your walls or doors, various platforms, everything kind of snaps together. So it's not as customizable as some other games that we build in with small blocks and things like that, but it's a lot of fun, and the art style is very ASMR almost. It's very pleasant, very aesthetically pleasant. We should be right around here somewhere in a little nook. And unlike some other survival games that we play, there's no possibility of losing your base in this one. I guess we didn't go far enough back. It was a little further east, I reckon. Or wait. Okay, here we are. There we are. That other, this is one thing I wish they could maybe tweak. Currently, you can see on the compass your bases. That's what we're looking at. I have a boat over there and a stone sanctuary, or what do they call it? Stone altar. We'll see here in just a second. It's this bit right in front of us. This is what kind of establishes your base. It provides a rejuvenating effect when you're within it, and some of the crafting benches have to have this within range for them to function, and it is called a spirit anchor. That's right. But it shows you right now your spirit anchors in other biomes. So right now that spirit anchor there, we may potentially head for that thinking we're coming home here until we get to the deep, and then we'll be turning around quickly. It's actually pointing, if you look straight line, it's pointing right at this base all the way over here in the Great Wood. So that's not what we're looking for. I hope they change that to where your compass waypoints are limited to the biome that you're in. Yeah, so let's hop up here and build this mana forge, and we should have our crafting completed for the beds, and then we can go look for a new home location in the Great Wood. We'll start with the mana forge over here. Now, for any veteran Voyagers out there, I am aware, and I'll take a moment to show here, that there are a couple of other crafting stations that I'm not building in this base. There's the imbuing bench here. Now, this allows you to upgrade your armor and your weapons using mana and other materials. And then there's the mana extractor, this little guy. This allows you to put any resource in the game into it and turn it into raw mana. And that raw mana is what is used mostly for crafting things on the mana forge. You can see this costs 5 of this raw mana here. and then everything else costs mana crystals. So you need plenty of that raw mana, and that extractor I showed you will convert, fiber or wood into raw mana. So I'm not building those here. I don't feel like they're really required at every base. I've got them at most of them. There's also the looking pool, which allows you to change your hair and your makeup and all of that, your appearance essentially. And we've got those at our 3 primary bases, but just not yet at. I'm just not throwing them down yet at these supplemental bases. All right, let's build these beds and get on to the next biome. I believe this is exactly what we need. Oh, we still need nails. Come on, camera, be nice. Be nice for the nice folks. Okay, so we need 15 improved nails. Now, I believe those are made from tide metal. Let's see. They are on the smithing station, the forge, if you will. Or not, they could just be on the workbench. Where do we put a workbench here? So you can make nails out of bone, which comes from these deepling bones. These are the evil fish out in the ocean. There's also just regular fish that you can spear and use for fishing. Now I don't see the improved nails. Have we forgotten where those are crafted? Surely they wouldn't be at the woodworking station. Wouldn't make any sense. Definitely not at the alchemy station. That'd be silly. Don't let's be silly. I could have very much sworn they were made here at the smithing station, but that does not appear to be the case. Do we need to go? Let's go back to our base at the Great Wood. That's where we're headed next anyway, and I believe we've got some of these nails. We can also kind of tune into those benches over there and see what we're missing over here. Each biome is very different visually as well. They don't have any kind of environmental differences, if you will. Like there's not like an Arctic biome or anything. However, at nighttime it does get cold, and so you'll have to either have a torch to prevent your stamina and health regeneration from taking a debuff at night being cold, or you can have one of these. This right here is. See if I can, there we go, glow oil hip lantern, and it provides a useful personal light. So that takes up a spot. Is it a trinket? Yeah, so you've got 2 spots down here for trinkets, and there's lots of trinkets in the game that you can craft at the mana forge or find in chests. You also have a spot for your glider and your skimmer, and then you have 1 spot for an item. Now, we're using the Amberite Spirit Focus. This is the 3rd iteration of a Spirit Focus. It's from the 3rd biome using the materials in this biome, and it further enhances the power of your abilities. So that would be these abilities here. We've got a lightning shot equipped, as well as highlighted earlier our wind updraft that can really propel you to heights that you can't otherwise get to. The way you choose those abilities, and you unlock more throughout the game by rescuing these little guys here, are your spirits that you rescue. There's a few different shapes and sizes of these cute little fellas, and they'll populate your base as you build more chairs and beds, shelves, anything that it looks like one of those little guys could curl up on, they're going to get in it. And then there's also actual spirit amenities we'll look at in just a second. But here at the Spirit Anchor, you can choose right here under abilities. You've got 2 slots, and you can choose any of the abilities that you find along your journeys. So there's lots of fun in those. While we're here, when we get done building our base today, we're going to finish off the stream by running through some of the trials. Now those are like little obstacle courses, either with the skimboard along the water or with the glider through the air, depending on which biome you encounter that in. And by completing those, you're able to gain primordial motes, which allow you to purchase these upgrades going down this list here. And what these are doing is they're increasing your bond with your companion spirit, which is that little fellow there, and that further affects your abilities. And they have all kinds of different buffs you have to read through. It's like a skill tree of sorts. So that's good stuff. All right, now if we have improved nails here, you'll see all these spirits just lounging around. There's probably some on our bed. They always take our beds up here. Well, they're not laying down today, but he's chilling, watching the window. This is that appearance, or the looking pool, where you can modify your appearance. And for plushie enthusiasts, they do have plushies in the game for each of the three main elemental spirits so far in the game, as well as the little Spider-Man, the Spider Guy. He is one of the enemies in the game in the Greatwood in the third biome. So that is those guys. And this is our spirit garden out here. You can put these pieces anywhere you'd like on your base, of course, but the most basic piece for the spirits is this. This is a spirit bed. You can provide one for each of the spirits that you rescue, kind of is what we were doing. In fact, I think it requires it. You'll have to check that out in your playthrough and come back and let us know. It's been too long. But then there's also these special amenities, spirit amenities. This one is, well, let me go over the tree first, because it does not give you any kind of buff. This tree here, you can see a little buddy on the branch, but also this hollowed out hole in the middle. There's a few of those around the tree. Let me hop over their bed. There's another one there and one there, and they'll curl up into those little cubbies as well, so that's pretty cute. So you've got the tree. These are their feasting tables right here. You'll get up to 4 spirits lounging around those. This is their little hot tub. I don't remember what it calls it exactly, but the hot tub and the construct, once you defeat, I think it's all 3 construct challenges from all 3 biomes, you get to place him at your house to watch over your spirits and everything. But those 3, him, the hot tub, and the totem pole here, they each give you a buff. So every now and then when you come to your base, be sure and hit these up. This is new to the new update, and one of them gives you a buff to your stamina regeneration, one of them gives you a buff to your health regeneration, and the third, we're gonna have to look because I don't even remember exactly what the third one is. We'll look here in a second. You can see your statuses right here in your inventory. You just hover over those and you'll get a tooltip showing us that we've got this stuff for the buff for regenerating mana. That's the one I couldn't remember. So you'll regenerate mana, cleanse corruption, and regenerate health. Those are the 3 buffs from the spirits, and that's just a passive regeneration over time. And then of course it only lasts for a certain amount of time. The musical medic, not just one, but we have got the musical medic. Thank you so much, medic. Appreciate your follow and welcome to the factory. We're doing some playing around here in Voyagers today, see if we can't get all of our bases. We used to only be able to have 3, 1 in each biome, but we are able to have 6 bases now. We can put up to 2 in each biome, so we are doing that. We like building here. Do a bit of variety gameplay, but as long as it has some building in it is really kind of what we're after. Give a little bit of an aerial overlook of this base. This is our one and only base right now in the Greatwood. Now, I will mention this on the topic of multiple bases. These spirits that you rescue, this fella here, these are marked on the map for you. Well, they're revealed as you rescue more of them, but they're marked here on the map for you. And then you have a legend as well. Whatever biome you're currently in, you won't be able to see this information for one of these other biomes you're not in. You have to travel to that biome. But whichever biome you're in, it gives you this legend that tells you your progress on the 3 glyphs. You have to get those in order to unlock these elder spirits that will come live at your base and give you blessings, as well as how many ruins you've conquered, the spirits you've rescued, how many monoliths and markings that you've discovered. Musical Met been obsessed with this game. We were obsessed with it since the first. I'll show you what sold us for anyone just joining. This right here, we saw this in one of the introductory videos way back, and it was just like, oh, you gotta get out of here, look at that. And I mean, that was enough. We were sold. But then it's been nothing but nothing but enthusiasm and no disappointment ever since then, because it's such a cozy game, but you still have the challenge, you still have the combat if you would like to engage in that. But it's not too difficult for folks that have a hard time with that. But also just the visuals of this game, the art style, and it's all it's very appealing. It's a great little game, and we are looking forward to where they're going with it. There's at least one additional major update coming that they have announced. There will be a fourth biome. And we kind of suspected that, because as you work your way through the game, you will find references, materials, things that allure to water spirits, wind spirits, earth spirits, and you guessed it, fire spirits. So we believe that fourth biome is going to hold the ancient fire spirit, and I'm not sure what he's going to be yet, because we've already got a bird, so I think Phoenix may be out, but you will find some little fire shrines similar to this fella. This is one of the earth spirit shrines that you can find in the game. As of right now, this is the only one that you can build at your base, so we're hoping they add the other three as well. But you will find little stone statues like that throughout the world of birds, as well as he's the tortoise, and the water one is actually a stone manta ray, kind of like our little companion spirit here beside us. But then the fire ones that you find, they're kind of just a little fire sprite looking kind of a guy, not really a traditional animal of any sort. So we're not sure exactly what he'll be, but there'll be at least that coming. Captain Tiny Games in with the follow. Welcome to the factory, sir. Ahoy at you as well. We are going to be doing a little bit of sailing today, mostly building. This game's great because it lets you build your ships, and with this latest update, for anyone that hadn't really played around with it yet, it allows you to build a lot of amenities on your ships. So if you get on board and open your building menu, a couple of tips. First of all, in the bottom right corner here, you'll see you can toggle instant build on and off. If that's off, the building in this game is projection building. So you would want to lay whatever it is you're going to build and place it, and oh, our instant build was still on. Try that again. And it'll place just a projection like this, and then you fill that projection with the material when you have it. Alternatively, you can do that instant build and it'll do this option where it just plops it right down. Let's go ahead and pick both of those up. And the other thing I'll point out down in the bottom right is attached to boat. This one's very important. Oh, the update is so good, Tiny Games. Are you going to be able to get into it this weekend? We're going to try to do the beach ourselves this weekend, but the wife will be joining me to fill up our planters that we're putting down at all these extra bases as well. But yeah, that attached to boat bit is especially important when you're building along your dock or anywhere on your base near your vessel. If you have that turned on, and you place something down, like say we want to put another, this is exactly what happened to us actually. Say I wanted to place this torch right over here. Boom, that looks fantastic. We're going to go ahead and build that up. Get out of our building menu, and now we've got a torch on our dock. Excellent. And then we decide we're going to go somewhere. So you set sail, and a little while later, you notice, what is that phantom torch floating out in front of the boat like that? And that's why, because when you place that torch, you had attached to boat selected, and it will attach it to your vessel. So if you ever have any funny floating items you didn't know were on the boat floating around you, that's how that works. And you can just go into the build menu and delete those just like you would normally delete anything. But point being, if you want to build on the dock, make sure that when you're placing your item, we're going to turn off attached to boat. Everything is blue. All of your projections as you position your builds are going to be blue. But when you're building on your boat, right now if I build this, it's not on the boat. It just kind of looks like it is. Once we take off sailing, it'll just fall behind. If you go to that attached to boat, now everything is yellow. So it's blue versus yellow. So when you're building on the boat, you want to make sure it's yellow, and on your base it's blue. And now the other thing I was going to mention here on the boat, with this new update, You can see on the far left there, it's got an indication of your build. So you can put multiple sails on your boat, but and each sail you put adds max speed to it. So we're currently at our max speed. I could place more sails on here if we wanted to aesthetically, but it will not make us any faster. You can put up to 4 storage chests on your vessel, as well as up to 50 placeables. Now, those items are going to be anything from these ship-based bedrolls that are special for the ship. They could be the actual ship items like this tidal resonator. If you activate this, it'll spawn in a swarm of manta rays just like my companion. They'll be in the water out behind your vessel, pushing you forward with a boost of speed. So there's different ship deployables, but you can also put things on the boat. Let me go ahead and pull in the build menu here. If you see on the bottom here, you can show boat compatible recipes. So now as we work through our different sections, we're only looking at recipes that are able to be built on a ship. And anything in here, whether it be a single stair or a whole, repair station or workbench, anything in that menu is going to add up on that 48 out of 50 parts count. So you can only have so many parts on the boat, but 50 parts is a lot of parts. This one has 48 parts, mostly because of this superstructure. Let me turn our building off. This superstructure, the stairs, the platforms, the handrails, they all add up to those points. And and then this one here is another special boat. When you turn him on, and it enables solo control of the vessel. So you can steer back here at the rudder, at the helm, as well as control the sails up and down. Otherwise, without this sailing stone, you have to manually control those sails. So it's a great duo activity, or for a crew if you have multiple sails. But if you have anyone that just wants to be along for the ride, that'll enable them to do that. And we've got Unstable Squirrel. What a name. We love it. Lots of sea squirrels out here in this game as well. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the factory. We're so happy to have you. Hope you've had a good week and are looking forward to the weekend. I'm just doing a little bit of showcasing of some of the new things from the update as we're preparing to find a new location here in the Great Wood, the 3rd biome, to place our second base. Because one of the updates they did is allow you to place 2 spirit anchors per biome instead of just the one. So this is our 1 spirit anchor here in the Great Wood, and we can find a new home, a new location, and begin building a new base at a second location. But yeah, this is our kind of main base right now, and so this has got everything in it, so we can kind of take a good look at everything. This is one of the 2 ways that you can actually craft fresh water at your base. With the addition of farming, you can grow all of these plants now right at your base, and there's no limit that we have run into yet on that. So you could have a field of whatever material or whatever crop that you're short on. But those crops need fresh water, and this is all salty. So they did add weather to the game as well, and if it's raining, that rain will water your crops for you. But otherwise, you have to fill up a water pail, which I don't have one in my inventory because my wife, T-Mama, is the gardener, and these are the things she enjoys doing in gaming. She likes gardening, she likes harvesting and resource farming. She also likes cooking and messing with recipes and spells and things like that, potions. And then I do all of our building, and we like to adventure and do combat and questing together. So in here we have an example of all of the watering cans. So there's 3 tiers of watering cans in the game. First off, you have the wooden watering can that's made at the workbench, and you'll notice it tells you here some stats about it. It has 30 durability before it breaks. So just like your pickaxe and your axe, your weapons, this white bar at the bottom is the durability. And if you let that get all the way down as you're using it, it'll break, and it'll remove it from your hotbar and put it down here in your inventory as a red broken tool. Now, it's not gone forever. You can go repair it at a repair bench at your base, or your boat. You can stick those on your ship now and have them mobile with you. So just keep those tools repaired, and that does include your watering cans. So the durability on this one is 30. It takes 1 second to water, and it does a 32 large radius. But as you upgrade to the clay watering can, that takes material from the second biome to create. It increases that watering radius, decreases the watering time, and gives you a stronger durability. And then lastly, you've got the great wood watering can, and that's made with the elder wood found here in the great wood biome we're at now. And it has a further increased radius and durability, and it takes even less time to water. So you want to kind of work your way up through those if you do a lot of farming. And then right here with the Twitch drops, they're putting out the infused watering can, and this is a new aesthetic of the watering can, but it is equivalent, if you'll notice the numbers, to the great wood. So if you'll get this Twitch drop, you can jump right to tier 3 on your watering cans and get your farm going that much more efficiently. So that's those. They added new crafting stations like these seed converters. This will allow you to take any plant that you have and convert it into a seed for that plant, so you can farm it. We're going to go ahead and take a little nap on our hammock and bring in the sunshine. It is way too nice outside, and we've got a great weekend ahead, so we're going to try to stay in the sun as much as we can. And yeah, I think that's about a summation. If you've missed anything, you see anything you like, just pop up in chat, let me know, and we'll take a tour of anything that y'all would like to see. What we're really looking for right now is these beds in our bedroom upstairs, the base in our second biome, our supplementary base, the second base that we've just built yesterday on stream. We've got that VOD available if y'all would like to see any of that. Those are incomplete at that base, and what they're missing is improved nails. So we're hoping that in this box we have some improved nails, which we don't. So let's take a look again and see. I couldn't exactly figure out a moment ago, it's been too long, I couldn't find where you make those, because now it's possible that they're only attained through combat, and either combat and or all of the, you'll find hidden chests, loot chests of various sizes throughout the world, and it may be only in chests, but man, I swear you could make them, and we're just not finding them anywhere. So if anybody knows, feel free to speak up, but we may just have to go ahead and forego those beds for right now. And as we get more of those improved nails, we can go round that out. These are the two benches I was talking about a minute ago, the mana extractor there, and on this side the imbuing bench. This enables you to take your tools, your weapons and your armor, and you can imbue them to upgrade them and have them be even stronger and more durability. So we appreciate everybody being here. I see that we've got some ads for those of you watching on Twitch. Appreciate you supporting the channel and hanging out. We won't get into anything too important or crucial without you. But yeah, that's a little bit of a shame about the improved nails. I really could have sworn that you could just craft those, but apparently they are only obtained through resource farming, chests and enemies. Oh, we just got bit because we were on our ship, even though we weren't going anywhere. Let's go deal with this fella. Seems to have issues. Hello, sir. You need a dentist, I believe. Got him? Got him. And he'll give us some deepling bones. We can use those to make the bone nails, but that's not really what we're looking for today. Is that another loot bag? Oh, that's a fish. Okay. You can stay friendly there, fish. We have no quarrel with you. You guys may see me doing this a bit as we... Is that shark gonna try to bite our ship because we're near it? Just in case. Oh, just in case, let's go ahead and let him eat us. We almost had him though, had him on the run. Now, if we hit these respawns here, I believe this one will respawn us at the hammock right here on the beach because you do have to set your bed. You'll notice if you approach a bed, you can claim it, and that'll be your respawn point that comes up there. And I've had enough of your guff, sir. In my defense, he had a lot more teeth than the little guy, right? Go ahead and get these. Let me try to get underwater for the camera's sake. Alrighty, that's about enough of that. Go drop this stuff off in a chest, and so yeah, I think we're gonna have to find those improved nails as opposed to crafting them. It looks like these are some of the other armors and weapons that you'll get as you work your way up to the upper tier ones. Go ahead and refill our arrows. That wouldn't hurt. Love that there's a sort button in the game now, as well as a store like items, so you don't even have to enter the chests. You can just go around and hit that F key. I will say to be a little careful with that. Make sure you've got the prompt for store like items up. If you hit F when you're right, say right here, then it actually activates your spirit ability, either your ocean form or your earth form. Or wind form ability. So unless you're about ready to take off and use that ability, you want to make sure that, which we do it all the time, just come right here and boom, hit my waveform ability right here in the house. And it's like, oh, well, that's wasted now. We'll have to wait till that cools off. But yeah, I guess we're going to be done with our reef base now because we're going to need those improved nails to make the real beds. So, on that note, let's find a new home here in the Greatwood. Just to recap, the first biome, and on this map, by the way, as soon as you join the game, you can see everything. The whole map is visible. You're certainly not able to travel to, the second biome from the first yet, but you can see the whole map. They are talking about with the introduction of the fourth biome, or at least by 1.0, that they are strongly considering implementing a fog of war style map. So when you very first start out, you start out right here in the middle of the embrace. I think right there at that, no, that's the shrine. You're kind of in a cave right in, oh, you're right here. This little cove is a deep shaft, a hole, and you're at the bottom of that down in the mountain when you wake up. So this is where it starts you, and you'll only be able to see a limited area around there, and then as you explore, you'll open up and reveal more and more of the map. But at this first biome, we've got a base here. You can see the bases on your compass that'll have your mark of your spirit anchor. You can also see all of your boats on your compass, your ships. That'll be on your marked on your compass as well. But just for references, to play catch up here with the last couple of days of stream, we've got our base right here where that boat is. We've got another, actually that's our second base at the first biome. And then moving over to the reef, the second biome, our first base was right here. We looked at that just a little while ago. Let me remove that mark. And the second base we were just at trying to build that bed is right there. And now we are in the Greatwood, and this is our first base. And we're gonna have to find another spot to build our second one. Ideally, I'd like to put it somewhere across the biome so we don't have two, right next to each other or near each other there. I think what we may do, just for the viewing pleasure of anyone that hasn't been through the deep yet, is let's go ahead and fast travel over here to our new reef base, and then we're just going to hoof it through the deep. Now, I'm not going to take my ship through there right now because I don't have my wife on board with me, and we will almost certainly sink. But if you have your ocean form ability unlocked from this fella right here, you receive the ocean form, then you can outrun anything in the game on the water. So let's take a look at the deep. We'll have a look at the deep, and then that'll bring us from the reef right through here. and it'll enter us into the Great Wood on the opposite side of the map from where we are right now. So that'll kind of kill two birds with one stone, and we'll start looking for a new home there. So what do you guys got going on this weekend? Does everybody have nice weather? I don't think I saw any cold fronts anywhere, at least here in the States. I've got, between the wife and I, we've got kind of got family all over. So we keep up with the weather kind of in all of our geographic zones here in the States. Just going to do a quick run through for anybody just joining. Didn't see this base a little while ago. The farm plots are empty at these bases that we're building on stream because this weekend the wife and I will get on together and she'll fill these up with the way she likes to do that. So I know my place and I am not going to mess with her garden. Now IRL, I do help her with the garden. There's heavy lifting involved in gardening and a little bit of backbreaking stuff, and we enjoy that time together. So we do that, but in the games, she is the gardener, and I'm not going to mess with that. So there's the ancient gate. That's the fast travel point. Here are the beds that we couldn't build. Our little workshop porch. Now these are just outpost bases, so they're not as large or fancy as some other creations that we've put together here at the factory, but we're having a lot of fun with it, and we just want to have something for a secondary base at each location. Maybe just, if nothing else, another point to fast travel to. Also, we'll be kind of bleeping back and forth a bit here, blipping, I should say, back and forth, because when we get to building that second base in the Elderwood, we're going to need some materials, and I've got a lot of material here in these 3 chests, so that we don't have to necessarily farm all of that on stream. So that will be all right. Just to make sure we don't have no. I was about to ask if we have any improved nails in these chests, but there are different storages. This is important to keep in mind with your ship, because you only get 4 storages to build on your ship. And if you build these or these, they don't hold as much as these. These hold more, and these hold yet more still. But only these 2 here, the basic storage chest and the imbued storage chest, they work as magic chests. So when you want to craft something at one of your benches, you can look here and see that we could potentially craft up to 11 of these cloths right now, but I don't have any materials in my inventory. So these crafting benches, similar to other games that employ this, they will allow the benches to pull. I have my building menu up still this whole time. They will allow the benches to pull from the chests if they are one of those 2 styles. So between the magic ability of the chest and just the sheer volume it holds, you really want to make sure and ideally build the ones we saw a moment ago, these here on your I can't really see that very good, so these imbued storage chests, these are the ones you really want on your boat if possible. They hold the most. And some of the farming you're going to be doing in this game is like for sharpstone and tide metal, some of the ores, even some of the wood. The second and third biome, the wood it's incredibly heavy, so you definitely want a lot of storage on that vessel so you can get it all back to your base for your project. And then this is the approach. That whole base we decided would be neat if we put it up on a cliff. So this is the only base in the game we've got. This was our 5th base that we built in this playthrough, and this is the only one of the 5 that does not have a dock. We've got great approach lanes here from the water, and I may come out here actually and just build a simple little dock here just for posterity, but it doesn't access the base directly. But again, the whole theme for the reef, this biome, the second biome, is verticality. There are chests and resources and enemies up on top of all of these. Let's see if we can, not what I meant to do. There we go. Up on top of these flat shrooms, or corals, I guess, kind of mushroom looking corals. Up on those platforms, that's where you're going to find a lot of your resources and enemies and hidden chests and loot chests and things like that. It's cloudy but warm down here. Looking to take the fiance out to a local lake. That is always a lot of good fun. You guys do boating and everything, or just kind of enjoy the beaches? We have a lot of fishermen and fisherwomen down here where we're at, we're in a bit of a tourist community on the beach, and we do have a lot of great lakes around as well. But if you're around here, it's for the beach. But our big thing is camping. We really love and not glamping or anything. We're not. We love the primitiveness, I guess you could say, of the roughing it of tent camping, but also we're not we're not really able to afford a big RV or anything like that anyway. So it'd be nice to have one of those for like some cross country travel and road trips, but for camping, we really like to do somewhat rough camping. Now, I'll mention as a caveat, I've done rougher camping than what we do now. Our tent is, we like to call it our cabin in the woods. It's a 3 room, 16, no, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, 16 by 16 tent. So it's, if you draw a square and divvy it up into quadrants, 3 of those squares are the tent, and the fourth square, the rain fly covers that open square, and so it kind of gives you a covered porch outside of 2 of your rooms. So you've got 3 completely separate rooms and that covered porch, and then we have all of the little fold out pantry and fold out cook kitchen and all of that good stuff. We have 2 boats, but both need some work. That isn't that the story of being a boat owner though. Um, didn't keep up with maintenance the past winter. Yeah, work had you overloaded. It'll do that. Life will just get you right off guard. Love camping though. Oh, hammock primitive camping. You're like trail camping it. Tend to do rougher camping than oh, you do. Yeah, I did some of that when I was younger. My friends and I we did a little bit of like mountain trail camping. I grew up in West Texas, out in the. I was a fish out of water out there, I'll tell you. But it was right near New Mexico, and so we did some trail and mountain camping up there a bit. Just not even hammock really. I always have a hammock now, and we set it up. That's kind of how I pick my campsite. Like where we're gonna put the. It depends on where that hammock can go. But yeah, back then we just had bedrolls and a pack. But yeah, she wouldn't. We've all got health issues now and everything that kind of keep us tethered a little bit to certain things. So you have to bear that in mind. All right, as promised, we're about to just adventure our way right through the darkness of the deep here. This is going to be the section that you have to cross to go travel from biome to biome. So it's going to take you from the embrace to the second biome of the reef. You have to go through this, and at that point, it's more likely than not that you'll be sailing a ship through here. So definitely advise multiplayer with that. If not, just be sure that there's a couple things in the game that you can build to assist with your defense of your ship efforts. Well, there are cannons to put that out there. If you have enough people on board, you have someone that can shoot cannons, you can actually fight some of these creatures. But aside from that, you have repair kits and surfacing glyphs. And if you craft those and get those into your inventory on your hotbar while you're sailing, then you can usually get that boat repaired as it takes damage so you don't actually sink. If you try to go through it solo, I'd say probably 70-30 that you sink. So definitely advise multiplayer, or if you can rescue that elder spirit of the ocean from the first biome, you'll pick up the ocean form talent, which we're about to use to just shoot right across here. I'm going to just aim for right there for now, and we'll get our mark in sight. You can kind of see the deep out there. Now, if you try to go through without a ship, just like this on your skimboard, he's going to get you, and that has happened before. But you will outrun them with the ocean form ability. Ooh, that guy's going to try to come bite us too. I'm just pulling off. Take a quick break here. Hitting Big Bend next January. Yeah, I was a little bit north of that. I grew up in Midland, Odessa. Friday night lights, where football was life. Even a 150-pound white boy like myself was playing football. I was a fullback back in high school. But yeah, it was interesting out there. Just lots of desert and pump jacks. oil field pump jacks. So good times. We're very happy where we're at now. We're up on the Gulf Coast of Florida. They call it the Emerald Coast. It's gorgeous white sand beaches and not anywhere near as much explosion as further south if you go to around Miami and these areas. So all right, chat, here we go. This is the deep. This is the most dangerous part of the game, and in here is a sea monster. It's a large sea serpent type of monster, but you do have some bit of sanctuary. If you'll notice off to the left there, there's a bit of a glow. It's a little lighthouse, a little watchtower, and that lighthouse will temporarily hold back the deep and its creatures. I'm going to go ahead and pop our ocean form, getting a little scared already. I'd rather not die out here in the deep. This will be a difficult backpack to retrieve. We actually had to come retrieve our ship from the deep one time, and that was also quite difficult. Mab18, thanks so much for the subscription. We love you, God bless, and hope you're having a great day. Not too traumatic of a week and an exciting weekend ahead. You see that skull up there? Now, I don't know if you noticed a moment ago, but once you get in here, it clearly tells you, well, right now the Ancient's light protects me for now, but it clearly tells you that something is hunting you. And if we can catch a glimpse of him, oh, I heard him. Did y'all hear that? We'll try to catch a glimpse of him without letting him eat us. Got to keep an eye on our ocean form as well, because it's a timed thing and it will run out. You know what? These little outposts here in the deep, those are also new. There he is. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. He's going to get us. I messed around too long. I messed around too long. So that is what awaits you in the deep. We're going to just pop back up at the Great Witch Shrine. That's where we were almost there. We were headed there, but yeah, thanks so much for the subscription, Mab. We're glad to have you. Welcome to the factory. We've got lots of neat buildings and creations that we like to do here on the channel. We do somewhat of a variety. We've got maybe 6 or 8 games that we like to play, and we're open to any others. Oh, we are very corrupted here, aren't we? And that's ash, by the way, that's falling around our head. That was a bit of a remnant from the deep there. So yeah, it can be a little intense in there, especially when you're on a ship and you're putting through there. So, but at any rate, if you pop over to the Discord, you can keep up with all the games that we like to play and keep up with, as well as post your creations, any builds or neat moments and memories that you may have from gaming. It is a fantastic place to keep up with all things the factory. And we do put together, once in a great moon, a YouTube video or two. We were able to finally figure out, I've only been doing this for a month or 5 weeks now, and even the whole video editing, all of it. But we were able to finally figure out how to put together some shorts for YouTube, so we've got some little funny moments popped up on there as well. I'm going to start searching some chests as we're looking, if we happen to see a chest, and just to see if we can find any of those improved nails. I don't remember how many we needed now, but it's so strange. Oh, this is one of the obelisks, I believe they're called. Monoliths. This is one of the monoliths in the game. When you react with that, it tells you a bit of the lore, which we can go over a little bit of that if anybody is wondering. So come on, nails. No nails. Now these are important when you find them. These are the small ones here. There's 2 versions of them, but it's called an attuning shard, and you just eat it like a rock candy, and it increases the bond between you and your spirit companion, which mine is the water, of course. I actually used to be a diver, a commercial diver, out in the Gulf of Mexico in support of the oil and gas industry. And my dad had me scuba diving when I was 7 years old, and I've just always had salt water in my blood. So we're all about the water. If there's water in a game, we are in it. We love Sea of Thieves, if for no other reason, but see if we can parry. They added quite a bit of combat improvements in this most recent update as well. The enemies are a little better, and there's a better visual cue for when you parry, when you get a parry in. So that's all fun. Here we go again. Oh look, it's because we missed the chest the first time. That might have been handy. And also, it would behoove you to take a bite of a snack now and then. You'll notice what happens to your health bar there when you get that buff up. And then you can fill it with a little potion. Alright. I think we're going here. Yes. This will get us a nice overlook of everything here. There are a couple of these that we have not interacted with yet on this map, so help me keep an eye out for them. Looks like 2. We've got 8 out of 10. But when you come upon one that you have not found before, it will have a blue glow to it, so you can kind of spot those from a distance. Sea of Thieves, my absolute favorite game. The GOAT. It's the GOAT game. It is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, my wife, it's something about with her glasses, I think, but mostly it's because you can't play in third person. She has a real hard time with Sea of Thieves. It gives her a headache after not too long with playing it. So I enjoy solo sailing. If you ever see me out there, I will be the Jolly Otter. And my shtick in Sea of Thieves is pretty unique. I like to find, and they are out there, this can be done, believe it or not. I like to find friendly folks that are out on the seas, or at least not toxic folks. If I can instigate a conversation with you without you instantly, saying words we don't put here on our stream, or, just instantly killing me, then you're getting whatever loot I have. That's my enjoyment in Sea of Thieves. Now, if I'm sailing with somebody, that'll be up to them as well. If we're trying to grind something for them, that changes things. But again, usually I'm solo slooping, and when I do, I'm looking for someone to give whatever it is that I've got on board, and those are just more wholesome, rewarding moments to me than the sink. Now, of course, the sinks are still there in both directions. Sometimes you do find those toxic folks, and then best thing you can do for the whole server is to get them out of there. But otherwise, that's what we're looking for. The Weverwolf coming in. Thank you so much for popping in. Good to see you, Wever. Happy you're here. Hope you're having a good week. I clicked onto you yesterday evening. You and Tomahawk were both streaming at the same time, and I had a moment to sit down and relax for a minute, and I was, let me pop in and say hey to Wever. And so I clicked on it, and it told me, let me make sure that I don't die immediately here right quick. I should have repaired, ouch. I should have repaired my tools, huh? This place is crawling. I just saw a chest and thought we wanted to play. And now I fell off and can't get back up there. So anyway, I clicked on that to click over to you, and your stream was ending. Like you weren't even there, it said stream ending. And I was like, oh man, well, all right, let me hit Tomahawk here then. And exact same thing. Were you guys playing together? Because you both like, what are the odds? I clicked on it, and nope, just kidding, he's not actually there. Let's get our spear out here for this shark, because I want this chest. We are looking for improved nails. And you can dodge underwater now as well. If you'll hit control, you can see that boost of speed allows you to dodge attacks underwater as well as above. Ooh. Come here, sir. Let me tell you the good news. Oh my word. This chest is the place to be, isn't it? You see him shake that off? If you can find someone willing to talk with me long enough to know, well, let me grab this and get out of the water just in case. I think I heard something. Okay. Talk to me long enough to know that I'm giving them a ton of subs. Yeah. Oh, musical medic. I'm almost always friendly, but I don't give loot. I won't give loot without a fight, but absolutely share supplies and always give my supply. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. At the end of the game, it always feels good to leave those karma chests out for. I have found a couple of them myself over time, and that's a good feeling when you find that. You're like, hey, faith in humanity restored, right? Let's hit up our base over here and get our tools repaired just in case we keep running into all of this violence. We're heading right over there. Now, we're really looking for a spot to build our second base, and I think this might actually be it. It's kind of why I'm hanging out here so long. Um, this is where you first start in the Great Wood at that shrine right inside there, the respawn shrine. And it's also, as you can see from the map, when you cross into the Great Wood, it's kind of right here where in the starting area. Anyway, all of that to say that this is where we actually threw down like our first little temporary, whoops, I don't want to be building, thank you. I love building, but not right this second. This is where we threw down kind of our first temporary little tent and respawn point when we got here to the Great Wood. And man, it is, we're not going to beat it. We'll take a sail around to show you what I mean, but I don't think we're going to find a better spot. Oh, I deliver them. I'll come right up to anyone. I'm a supply goblin, so I normally have enough to send a galley into HG. That is a lot. Whoever doesn't remember about playing Tomahawk, yeah, he's a little forgettable guy, right? No, it was just kind of funny though that it was like that just back to back. I was like, oh man, I don't even remember who I ended up playing with. All right, we better stop approaching all these enemies right now until we get these tools repaired. But yeah, I think we are actually going to just make this location our base. I'll note one thing, and it becomes painfully clear here in the third biome. There are a lot of beautiful, nice spots that have large enough section of land on them like this to build bases at, but most of them have some sort of enemy. Right there are some boars, and I think those boars, they come out to about right here as they're wandering. And then you saw one of the hunters a minute ago whack my head off with his staff, and those hunters, there's one up on the rock right there, they have those as companions. Right, I don't know if you saw them. I don't want to get too close up here. Oh, I got too close. I heard something. Oh. These little flowers on the ground, they when you get close, they're like little mines. They bust out that noxious gas. But anyway, there's a big old spider. I think everybody saw him there a minute ago, but oh man. Stand down, sir. Stand down. What do we get? Oh, there's a spider friend. And they shoot that big web ball, and if you let that hit you, as you can probably guess, it just slows you quite damn a lot. So musical medic, I like the name. It implies that you were perhaps a medic, like maybe a combat medic. Am I a little off there? Kind of what it sounds like. And music is food for the soul. So whether you're a fan or a creator, hats off, because music is the best. I'm just trying to look right now, chat, on where we want to. I'm very rough drafting kind of a bit of a little outpost layout here, trying to picture where we can stay away from the spawns. That's the point I was getting at. There's lots of pretty places, but most of them have enemies there, and if there's enemies there, even after you place your spirit anchor, they will still respawn, and so you'll be fighting these hunters and spiders and boars inside your base while you're trying to craft or sip a hot tea and watch the rain water your crops, you know. So we want to try to... Did I mark our other base over there? No, but yes I did, and here we go. I was talking with someone on chat yesterday. I can't quite remember right this second who it was, but they were I believe a nurse, but they were in the medical industry, in the medical field, and we were talking about how they just don't get enough credit. Oftentimes everybody will salute our servicemen and will support our first responders and law enforcement, which is all absolutely agreeable, amazing, crucial. We should be doing those things, but I feel like every time they're mentioned, you got to think about the medical community as well. Our nurses and our doctors, our LNAs and CNAs and CRNAs and all of them, everybody that keeps us all healthy for our loved ones and brings us through our hardest times. They're true heroes, and so we salute them as well. However, I cannot tell you how much I agree with that, how strongly I agree with that statement. I have some games that I enjoy playing. I have games that I've played for a couple thousand hours, and I've only been playing games for about 3 years of my adult life. And despite though, and many of those games, I have a lot to do still, a lot of replayability, especially just with the passion for building. However, I'm about to live in the Caribbean in Windrose. When that comes out, my biggest hope, honestly, is that they've increased the optimization. They've done improvements on which they said is part of it, but they've done. I'm hoping those optimization improvements are enough that I'll be able to stream it. We're in the works of replacing the mainframe here. We've got that. We've got a little bit of a fund on the side going for that, and hopefully it won't be too long. But as is right now, as you can clearly see from my specs listed, we're pushing the limits for this poor machine here. And with Windrose, when it first came out, not the Crosswind playtest, but the actual Windrose demo, when that first came out, we were able to stream it. It was, I had to turn the quality down from where it was when I was playing, but we were able to stream it just fine. And then the last time we tried to stream it last week, we were going to do some expanding on the huge coastal fort that we built, Port Ripton. It's the Privateer Sanctuary. But anyway, we were getting on to do some expanding on that. Mims was here, and that game crashed Meld. I mean, it crashed my stream software. Not the game didn't crash, but it crashed the stream. And so I had to reset the stream, and we had to get in there and figure out, okay, well, what do we want to do now today? Because that's what I had planned. So yeah, hope that's my biggest hope is that, I mean, whether they did or not, I'm going to be playing that almost exclusively, I think. But I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to stream it as well. And either way, it sounds like IB Fatbeard. If anyone watching is not familiar with the IB Fatbeard, oh man, Windrose, they don't make a salve or lotion that could cure it. We have got to have that game. Honestly, I'm so impressed with the team though. We were all anticipating, hoping for some time in the next like 6 months. We're just thinking like, I don't know, I really hope, and I think it's going to be this year. And then 4 days from now, they made the announcement. Oh, it's just unreal. So exciting. But yeah, it made me forget what I was even. Fatbeard. If anybody doesn't know Fatbeard, it's IB Fatbeard on Twitch, and he's another family-friendly Christian variety streamer, primarily Sea of Thieves, but he does a lot of Arc Raiders and some other games. He plays with his family, and it's just a very fun, wholesome community. He's been doing it a long time, so his channel is very polished with lots of activities for chatters, and just a great, wholesome, supportive community. And he is going to be playing it on Wednesday next week, and we're going to do our best. It sounds like we'll be able to get in there with him and play that with him, so which is going to be especially fun, not only hanging out with Fatbeard and checking out the new expanded world of Windrose, but you can have your crewmates man the cannons now. Now, I thought it was really cool that, where's my mark? I thought it was really cool that you could you can sail and fire the cannons from the helm, just one person. That makes it very easy and lets people just getting into the game. It's a low bar, it's a low curve to be able to enjoy and have fun with. But when you have another person playing with you, with us, it turned out fine because my wife doesn't enjoy shooting cannons or sailing ships, but she was along for the ride and enjoying that. But literally anyone else, and it's just like, man, you got to be able to shoot the cannons, like. But so they've added that, so we'll be able to man cannons and man sails, and it'll be so much fun. I'm hoping the underneath has some. Leave me alone, please. I'm not here for you. I don't think he'll be able to catch us now. Yeah, we're outside of his territory. Okay, so here we are. I think I'm gonna put the altar right over here somewhere. I'm gonna throw this little tip out. You are able to very easily we have, see this, you got to watch out for this, show boat compatible recipes. I was showing the chat earlier about how you can filter all of your build recipes here to items you're allowed to place on your vessels with this checkbox here, but it's persistent. So if you don't uncheck it and you're building on your base, wondering where your spirit anchor went, that'd be the place to look. But when you build things in this game, you can scroll through 1, 2, 3 for build, remove, or move, and you can just simply well, you can't move it until it's built, and right now it is not built yet. We have to throw some rocks into that, but you can just grab it and move things around. Oh man, the guns. Oh, now hold on, Weber. I saw you said something about an announcement here. Let me get scrolled back down to that just a moment. Glad they sent an announcement in the Discord today that lists things coming in EA. Yes, yeah, that's true, because even just, yesterday in Fabbeard's chat we were talking about a lot, and there's a lot of speculation right now, and a lot of very common questions, and I feel like they addressed all of those. The one I was wondering about was just simply how much is it going to be, because it was shut up and take my money from the moment I played the demo on that game. But it's good to put all that out, to stamp all that out. But yeah, like the guns is going to be so great, and not just the ship guns, but there's so many more weapons as well in it. We're looking forward to the different armors, the different clothes, and everything. The medic says it's also weird in the first responder side as far as being recognized for what we do. Okay, EMS side doesn't really get treated well from the first responder side or the medical side, though our ER nurses are starting to come around. That's good. I mean, it takes a team, the hospitals can't do what they do without the paramedics, and everybody kind of works together, and that's good to hear that it's getting better. And I imagine, I think that's probably somewhat dependent on your location as well. Just the culture in different areas is wildly different. So what do you think, chat? Does this seem like, I think this seems like an okay spot to throw down our second supplementary base. So let's break some rocks. I'm so used to hitting 3 times in this game, but with these new tools from this third biome, it only takes 2 whacks on a tree or the rocks. And you can actually, I think, one-shot the ores, like the sharpstone and tide metal. That looks pretty good with the tree in it like that. That'll do, donkey. I'm sure we'll end up moving that in a minute. So there's going to be a nice little launch. Yeah, I saw that too. They didn't mention what it was, but I think that's exactly what they said. A nice little launch discount. Happy little discounts. Yeah, so you can just grab a hold of things and slide them and move them right around, just that easy. So that is good stuff. Alright, I'm going to get a little bit of an aerial view of our surroundings. Let me get out of build mode here. Try to put together some type of a plan. Usually we really just build off the cuff, but now when you're doing this, you do want to make sure you keep an eye on your stamina. That's That's an instant death fall damage if you let that get out of place. You know, let's go ahead and go over here actually while we're up here. I see a chest that might have some of our improved nails in it. I like the this wasn't a new announcement yesterday or anything. They put this out a little while back. Swing and a miss, no nails. There's another pop rock candy and an improved surfacing glyph. This is what I was talking about, where you can bring your boat back when it sinks without losing any inventory or any of your cannons and sails and all that. So that's good. But anyway, the other thing they had put out a little while back is for those that played the demo, anyone that isn't aware of this game, Windrose, we're talking about, it's another survival crafting game, and I mean, it's got my vote for Game of the Year easy this year. It is amazing. Now, it doesn't seem to gonna be. It doesn't seem like it's going to have an enormous PvP factor to it. But aside from that, as far as survival, as far as pirate, as far as building, the building pieces and the art style of it is just so authentic and kind of gritty. It's supposed to be 17th or 18th century Caribbean. Anyway, it is fantastic. And if you haven't yet, the demo is free. They're also going to leave the demo live after early access comes out. So any progress and builds and things you're doing in the demo, you're not going to just lose everything. Now, it doesn't transfer over, of course, to early access, but it'll be two different games essentially. But if you'll hop on that demo and just play it, then when the early access comes out, you do get a specialty item. They're going to get out a special spyglass, a little monocle telescope that is very neat looking. I don't know what the rest of the spyglasses are going to look like, but that one looks very neat. Okay, so I still didn't come up with any kind of anything yet. I mean, this doesn't have to be anything crazy special, but what do we want to do? What if we made this one, we haven't done this yet, what if we made this one on the water? Instead of like a dock out to the water, what if the base was all on the water, or mostly on the water? Maybe we could put like the garden, the farm, on the beach here, or on the beach somewhere, and then have the whole house, like have a walkway go out to the base and put the base like right there in that cove. Would that be good? You saw, yeah, that spyglass does look cool, doesn't it? It almost looks like steampunky almost. Yeah, I think we'll give that a shot. That seems good enough for me. Then even if any of these enemies right around here do decide to aggro over onto the base, they'll I feel like they'll have farther to go, that maybe they won't get there to us. So, all right. Old Purple Ninja was in here yesterday, spamming me with the hydrate. I just got affiliate on April 1st, and so and I'm doing all this mostly solo. I've had a couple of friends here from Twitch kind of answer a few questions for me, but mostly just researching and figuring all of this out. And so I've recently added, our emotes. We've got some neat follower emotes in there. For those of you kind enough and able to subscribe, we've got the animated versions of some of those. We designed those ourselves for our little gear bots for our factory. But we've also began implementing some redemptions and some channel point redemptions for the cogs that you'll earn here at the factory. And one of them is the standard Twitch hydrate, but we didn't really think or know about the cooldown. And so Purple Ninja I was kind of very sore-throated yesterday, and so I think he was kind of helping. We had some honey in my tea, and trying to get like somewhat of a good line off of this beach. But anyway, he was, I think maybe we'll put a bridge across this too. And maybe have let's do that. We'll start with that. So I had to get in there after stream yesterday, and okay, how do you apply a cooldown to a command, to a Twitch channel point redemption? Fun. All right, now I think with this we're going to want to do I don't know if we want to do a platform or an actual hallway. I feel like maybe a hallway would be the way to go for this one. I want to get this kind of in the middle-ish so we can, but not too far inland because this is going to connect to our base out here. How's this angle? Not great, and that is too far out there. That looks good. So in this game, once you place, sorry, chat, once you place a part, you then, after you click it once to place it, you then use your mouse to look up and down, and you can set the height of it. And they can go up to, if you're not in the water, you can see it up to that tall. So you can build like some neat staggered bits, kind of like we did on that last base we just put together there in the reef. All right, looks like we'll be 5 wide. Come on now. You be my friend, thank you. All right, and we can put some stairs up to those, and then right off the middle of that, which helps that it's 5 wide. Odd numbers are great. Right off the middle of it here, we'll put a bit of a walkway dock going out and put our base right out there. I think that'll be interesting. Man, speaking of windrows, did anyone here either participate or follow the build competition that they had for the demo? We entered it, and really, I mean, I'm proud of our entry, our base that we got there. It got plenty of likes, but I built the base and did all of that before they opened it up for the actual entries, like the submissions. Once they opened it up for submissions, they started putting them. They had another spot on their Discord where you could view, or no, it wasn't immediately. It wasn't until they opened it up for voting. So everybody put their submissions in, and then a few days later they opened it up for voting, and it gave another channel on the Discord, and you could scroll through there and look at everybody's creations and vote for the ones you like. We're not worthy. It is insane, some of the things and they had solo builds and team builds, so some people were building together with other teams. Also, unfortunately, there were some people that were using their enhanced technical prowess to get into the code and do some JSON editing and give themselves basically limitless wood and rocks and things, while the rest of us were having to actively farm that stuff. But still, just the creativity and the dedication you saw all those builds, man, I'm telling you, they weren't they wild? Some of them were just wild, but very awe-inspiring either way, no matter how you cut it, awe-inspiring. One of the first things, actually, chat, that we're going to definitely want to get put down here is that ancient gate, because we have a lot of this material right over at the next base over. Now, I don't know exactly where we want this yet, but we can always easily move it. So for now, we're going to just cozy it up here. You can pull your camera out a little bit, just that much. I hope that they implement a better build camera system than what they've got right now. Yeah, that'll work. I'm positive that we will change that. But oh wow, look, I had all of that in my pocket because we were doing a little farming. That's fantastic. Now, these trees, I'd like these to stay because they look great and they're right here at our base. Fortunately, everything respawns, and it doesn't even take very long. So you don't have to worry at all about going far from your build site to farm your rocks or your sticks and ferns, your wood and everything. We almost encumbered ourselves. The encumbrance penalty in this game is extreme, so you definitely want to try to keep an eye on that. It's a fun system to work with, though. I was telling Chad earlier, it's very user-friendly, so you don't have to be, quote unquote good at building to really make some neat looking structures and bases here in this game. When it comes to the amenities for the spirits that you rescue, they just all look great. You can plop them down anywhere, and the spirits come inhabit your base, and you'll see them lounging around in different places. And it's just real easy to have a good time and make a neat base in the game. Oh, that's going to hurt my brain. The boards are going the opposite way of the rest of them. Yeah, on that guy. You know what, let's actually build these as we go so I can walk on them. We're going to have to turn every one of them, except that one. Probably all the rest of them, now that I said something. Make me look silly. Alrighty. Well, that'll get us out there. Now, I don't know if we have everything to build it, but for the walkway there, the bridge, we're going to put some of these half walls in. For this build, I'm going to be using, there's different building materials you can see here. You start out with the makeshift, and it's, you know, kind of like sticks and leaves, basically. Then it goes to thatch, which is wood and like woven thatch, and then you can get clay. The clay we saw, if you were with us a few minutes ago, we were at our main base here in the Great Wood, and that base is all made out of clay. And it looks really great. The windows are neat, and the window walls that they have and everything, but it takes a lot of crafting to do those. So the thatch also looks very great, and it's very quick and easy to put out. So that's what we're using here for our supplementary extra bases. Oh, and I'm going to start using, if you look at the bottom right, you can click Alt to toggle instant build, and that will, if you have the materials either in your inventory or in a chest in your base nearby, it'll just build the part. You don't have to then enter the parts. Whoa, easy there, camera. So I'm going to get out of the build, throw everything in here that I do have, and then it looks like we just need to grab a bit of wood and fiber right quick. Oh, actually, let's just go ahead and get over to the other base, grab what we can. It's right here. And hopefully we can get enough to put down a couple of chests over here, and that'll help us logistically quite a bit. Okay, drop the axe there, Balak. Everybody's friends here. Now, about that chest, let's remind ourselves, what's it take to build a magic chest? Wood, bone nails, and raw mana. So as we're grabbing these parts, we need to make sure we get some of that. So I don't want to grab anything out of there just yet. There's bone nails. No raw mana yet. There's a bit. Oh, and we have quite a lot already. Alright, now I know we're going to need wood. We can make a couple chests there now, so we're gonna have to do the back and forth thing a bit and grab some of all this. There's that fiber we were about to have to go farm. It all takes resin, and oh, you know what? I'll grab this clay. These the kitchen and the kiln take clay, so you can now see the encumbrance penalty. This is maxed out full speed right here. Pretty rough, but luckily we don't have very far to go, so I'm just gonna get it done so we don't have to make as many trips. We did it the other way, moving everything from the ground down there up to these chests, so that right now we didn't have to go back and forth all the way to the ground. So I feel like we can just kind of cozy up and take the slow road. Nice, chill, cozy Friday. Friday. Yeah. It's so heavy. I'm going to put a chest right here. No need to run anywhere. Oh, this isn't the one I looked at the ingredients, is it? We probably didn't get that stuff. This is what I want to build. Mana crystal and ancient fragment. Well, maybe we have it. Let's try. Maybe we have some. Nope, we need the mana crystals. So until then, just plop that dude down. Now there is a take all button, but there's not a store all button. Only a store like items, which is helpful, but it'd be nice to have the store all, and then you just pull your couple of tools or whatever you needed in your pocket back out. All right, what did this guy need? Mana crystals on it. I understand the assignment. Maybe we ought to zip back over here through the deep just to show that guy what's up, since he snapped us down earlier. Anybody here that hasn't seen the deep yet? We'll cross over through that if there's anybody that would like to see and has not yet seen the terrors of the deep. Now, if we do, I'm not going to go as slowly and whimsically as we did last time, because mana crystals, right? That's what we're looking for. Do we have any? Because that's what got our booster seat bit last time. Take some fuel, some rocks. Oh, those. All right, I'm just going to start clearing it out here now. We're going to be slow but effective. Is there any of this we already have in our pockets? All right, we're good. We're going to go ahead and pop to the next song. That one's a little too cozy for me right now. This one at least has a beat. Thank you all so much for hanging out through the ads. I know you can't hear me. We need to get a timed message worked out to thank for ads. We've got some ads rolling right now. It looks like for about 45 more seconds. Love so much that y'all stick around through those. You know, it really supports the channel, helps us get up and on our feet here at the factory. But we are using, partially due to the system constraints, we are using Meld to stream and Stream Elements for alerts and such. So I'm aware of some options for OBS and for Streamlabs to be able to do that, but I haven't yet figured out or found the ability to do that through Meld and Stream Elements. So if there's any technical geniuses in the chat, which, I mean, it's kind of my field, electrical and network. So I'm a bit tech savvy myself, but I'm new to all of this, anything streaming and all the audio visual involved in it. Thank you all so much on Twitch, everybody that was in the ads, for hanging out and sticking with us through that. I was saying just now, I need to work on that ad bit. At the very least, I want to have a timed message that thanks everybody for sticking around through that when they play. We can hold on to that and just eat it. You see how much bigger these boxes are. They're, I think, more than twice as big than the medium box, the next one here. Anyway, I'd like to put out a timed message, that one of those that senses when the ads are coming up and says thank you for supporting and hanging out through those ads. I know it's possible with OBS and Streamlabs, but partially due to the constraints of our system, and partially just I kind of liked the interface a lot, some of the reviews and everything. We're actually set up with Meld and Stream Elements, and I haven't found a way yet with that combination to do that type of an alert. So if there's anyone that's more familiar with all of this and has any thoughts on that, I know Captain Slothbeard, another family-friendly Sea of Thieves streamer, I know he also streams with Meld. So I think I may reach out to him in the near future and see if he's aware of how to do that. But I just want to be able to say thank you for our factory workers hanging out through their ad break. means a lot. Okay, there's a bridge. Oh, almost. That's almost a bridge. I'm not going to put the roof on it yet, I don't think, because, you know what, let's do a thatch one. So I want to do on this part of the build, I think this roof is going to look the best right here. Kind of see a preview of it. You saw it on the, if you were here looking at the garden, the farm plots at the Elderwood base, the big clay base. We had these over the walkway. I think we want to use these across here, but they take terracotta, or ceramic is what it's called in this game. They take ceramic tiles, which you have to bake clay in the kiln. So we're a little bit of ways from crafting some of those right now. But in the meantime, I should say, let's skip past the makeshift, which is the twigs and leaves, and jump up to this thatch roof for the hallway. These are pretty good looking. And I think if we stack them this way, that they will also not look bad. I can't see which direction it is from there. Okay, water. Okay, water. There. Okay, so what are we missing? Bunch of wood? Out of wood already? Is it just me, or are those timed messages for the socials and all of that? Those seem to be a little frequent. Thought it was set to be like every 20 or 30 minutes or something, but man, it looks like that stuff's popping up way more than that. Kind of makes it hard for me to keep up with chat there. Oh, sorry, I got caught up, then caught the last bit of that. What were you trying to do here in the game with this build? Sorry about that, musical medic. I was just commenting on, this is a funny little bit of water. Oh, this is one of the new waterfalls that they've added right here. That's going to be handy. So 2 of our 3 secondary bases are right next to one of the waterfalls, so the wife will be able to refill her watering can just right there for fresh water. But yeah, it looks like they've got the water voxel overlaid outside of that a little bit when they added that in this most recent update. Let me check and see if there's a report for that already, and if not, let them know. Let somebody know. Oh yes, yeah, thank you, musical medic. I was saying that when we're in ads, you'll see on a lot of streams that folks will have like an automatic message that'll pop up and thank people for supporting a channel and hanging out through those ads. And I'd like to put something like that on, and I'm aware that there's a method to do that through OBS and through Streamlabs, but we're running Meld instead of OBS and Stream Elements instead of Streamlabs, and I don't see any way to do that. I was mentioning there's another family-friendly Christian or family-friendly Sea of Thieves streamer named Captain Slothbeard that I know he runs, or he did. I don't know for a fact if it's still the case, but he ran Meld for his stream, and so I may need to reach out and see if he's aware of that. But otherwise, yeah, if anyone has any thoughts or suggestions on that, I just want to make sure everybody knows that I appreciate it. And also, you know, I need to tweak out. We're just kind of building the channel from the ground up here. You're all founding followers. We need to tweak out the frequency of those ads and the frequency of like these timed messages that pop up with socials and things of that sort. I don't want to be overbearing any of that. You know, it's we're not getting rich with this stream, so we're much more concerned with a good time and bringing builders together that enjoy games and good people, and so want to make the experience a positive one in that light. I think, what do y'all think? This needs to go out a bit further. Yes, yes. Like maybe twice as far? I don't know, like out to maybe here? Hmm. Oh, you use Stream Elements? It's in the chatbot settings. They have a specific setting for ad breaks. Well, thank you, Medic. I will take a look at that. I'll take a look at that again. I mean, I thought I had, but if it's there, then I just must have missed it, and I appreciate that. I'll definitely get that going, hopefully for tomorrow. Or, well, I don't think we'll be doing tomorrow. We definitely won't be streaming on Sundays here. Saturdays will be up in the air a little bit. We may do some Saturday morning streams, but generally we're Monday through Friday for the time being until further notice. Monday to Friday and 9 to 1 in the 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that's Central Time, U.S. Central. I mention that because I'm fully well aware that Twitch is a worldwide internet phenomena platform, but I was still surprised at seeing and speaking with my viewers from Switzerland and the Netherlands, as well as Russia, as well as Bulgaria, and we had one from South Africa and New Zealand. So we got a little bit of reach, and that was neat to see that. So if anyone's on at the moment that's the case, it's U.S. Central is our time. Were we on the right thing there on that? Yes, okay. I was afraid that was just a floor and not a supported platform. It's fun when you have that instant build on when you have the materials. I think that's maybe, is that a little too far? I want it to feel like you're going inland to. Thank you so much, Musical Medic. Get us right there to it. In fact, I'm gonna be taking a little. I'm 15 minutes late already on my break. I can start feeling it in my neck already. Here in just a minute, I'm gonna take a short stretch break and refill my drink. Let everybody get a little bit of sunshine or touch some grass or pop back and forth as you are wont to do. And I'll take a look at that maybe right then. If it doesn't jump right out at me, we'll get back after it after stream today. And if you're here gathering the drops, I don't remember, maybe you can let me know in chat. Y'all are able to check that out right quick, but I don't recall how long you have to watch for all of the drops. Now on this, we're actually going to want, this can be a little tricky because I want to connect a double wide building here. I think, yeah. I want to put a double wide building here, but it's going to snap to one side. Here, let me show you. It's going to snap to this side, or the middle, or that side, but I can't snap it to where the corner post is on the middle. So what we're going to do to remedy that is get a little creative with our floor, and instead of having a floor piece, we're going to have four. Oh wait, this wasn't a floor though, was it? It was a platform, and I don't think we have. You have the wood platform small, but not the wood platform support small. So I guess we'll just put one. If we had the little leg, we could put four of these to equal one of the big ones. And now that we have that break in the middle, we can snap the big boy halfway. Right. Hey, you be my friend. You want to go over here first? Okay. Right there. Like so. Like soza. And then give a little bit of a patio since we'll need a dual door over there. I think it's a little odd that these supports are not in the same menu, the same crafting menu as the platform, the house parts. You know, it's like the dock parts and the house parts are different. Love how free the building in this game is. Yes, yeah. It's. I was talking about that earlier. It's so user friendly, and a lot of games with a snap grid kind of a setup like this, they're they're real hard to get to snap things and get them where you want them. And this game seems to do a very good job. It's very intuitive, inputting things. And then the walls and all of that, you don't have to ever worry about lining anything up or something like overhanging or clipping. It snaps it. You can hear it actually as I'm targeting different what they call sockets, and the walls and everything just snap into these sockets, and uh, and on top of that, I generally try to avoid this usually because sometimes it'll kind of ruin immersion a bit. But in certain circumstances, it doesn't matter at all. And so I love that this game allows you to clip parts through other parts, and that may be what you're mentioning with the freedom of the building. Um, oh, and yeah, you've got a couple of them only, or an hour and 30. Openly got a few minutes of the last one. That one was too far back. I don't recall what you may have been referring to there, but yeah, I like that it lets you clip parts. You can put parts next to other parts that and it doesn't care. You can just put parts right on top of other parts. So sometimes that is very crucial. Now let's see if this is yes right there. I'm gonna throw this guy down right there for a minute. I thought I had all that sea glass. I guess obviously I don't, but I know it's right here. Grab that. Oh, I didn't build any stairs over there yet, so we're not gonna be able to. Actually, let me check this. We may be able to pop up here because it's pretty low, but I don't think we'll be able to. Oh, yes, yes. Come on, back it up, back it up. And, okay, we made it. So this will be our view for a few. And I'm going to take a quick break and stretch my legs and get me a fresh drink. I'm going to take a look at that. There are drops, I think, if you're looking for the info on those, Medic. You've got to connect your Twitch account with the game, and that should throw the link up there. This is the first game that we've streamed and offered the drop, so I may not have that set up yet. I thought it was automatic, but there's a pinned comment up above chat there. You can go to your drops and inventory page, and it'll have a link to connect the game with the with your Twitch. So, all right, everybody, I will be right back shortly, and And they're back. All right, we are a little chilly, a little tired. Maybe we ought to build a bed first thing, huh? Hope everybody had a nice little stretch, a break. Thank you for hanging out. Let me get that refill, and didn't touch any grass, but I did get a little vitamin D. What is that? What is that? Oh. Wait, I've seen one of these before. Yep, that's nothing. Okay, where were we? Walls seem good. Thank you for still being here. Welcome back. Name's not Cotter, but I will take it. Never needed a theme song anyway, so you'll be alright. Now, if y'all have any friends like my wife, if there's an edge, she will immediately fall off of it. So one of the first things we've always got to build is some railings for the lovely lady. And any other vertically challenged folks. She's not short, she just has problems staying vertical. Like the music's a little loud, but it looks like it's just on my side, so we'll leave it there. Now, where are we in train from? I'm kind of thinking of having this level that we've got here be a crafting level, and then having like kind of a big porch, if you will, and then having the house off of that, either, oh, I don't know, above it, or, you know, since this is in the water, what if we did like a square, like a courtyard, and left the water in the middle on the inside? Your fiance is like that IRL and in game. You know, consistency is important in life, so that's probably okay as long as she's got us. You know, she's got you. Mine has me. We get by. We complement each other's strengths and weaknesses. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe we make this a bit of a courtyard of sorts with like an open water way in the middle. I think I like that idea. Let's see how it plays out. Now that we went to that bit of trouble to be able to snap those two platforms or frames the way that they were. Now where would that be? Maybe here? That's not a large enough, that's not large enough. This works better, doesn't it? Easy. I'm about to pull a T-mama there and walk right off the edge. Yeah, that'll be all right. And then we'll put the little shorty platforms. I don't know if we can snap these. So there's a couple different pieces for those unfamiliar. The wood floors that are with the frames are only able to go in the frames. If you want to put a floor just out somewhere by itself, or off of some stairs or something like that, you need to use the ladder section, these wood platforms. So we're going to snap those. Wow. Is it going to stay? Okay. I'm getting a little schizophrenic there on us. And then we can just kind of make a nice little courtyard around here. Maybe even just a bit of a U. See how this looks with an annex on it. This part that they call an annex. Oh no, that's not right. One of these things is not like the others. And I did it again. Oh good, I clicked but it didn't go. Hey, I don't want you to be that way. Oh no, it won't rotate the right way. That didn't work. Oh, that was it. That was it. Come on now. Okay, we're just gonna take a deep breath and deal with that. I'm gonna let that one go. Can I at least destroy the one that's the wrong direction? No? Okay. Oh, those are the same way. Alright, we'll roll with it. I'll probably be the only one that even notices it. Do. Where were we? Other tab. Gets me every time. Whoop. There we go. Can I get you over there from here? So easy in this game. Now from here, I think we may throw these annex. Calls a wood frame annex on here. Get over there. We're gonna have to get in the room, or it thinks I'm trying to put it right here in front of us. So let's pop in the room. I do wish that when you have the same piece out, if you rotate it, that it would maintain that rotation. As it is, it resets each time. Okay. Now the annex is good. It is a bit of an extension. You can use it like a front porch like we did last time, or just to make the room itself larger. And then we're going to go play lumberjack for a minute. Are these... I put all of those the wrong way. I could deal with the little guys out front, but make the whole building the wrong way? Nah. We can do better. We have the technology. We can make it faster, stronger. Okay, wood. Never enough. Always need more. It is really great, the respawn rate for all of the resources in the game. You do not have to wait very long at all before all these trees will come back, any of the rocks and fibers. So you're able to farm right around your base, and you don't have to worry about things not coming back. Golden Sea Bunny, I love it. What a name. Yeah, just bought the game today. Any non-spoiler tips and tricks for a newbie? Yeah, we have a few. This whole biome that I'm working in right now may contain some spoilers, but very glad you're here. We'll try not to spoil anything too much. One huge thing that I'll recommend is when you're, first of all, dodge. You've got to get the dodge down. For all of the combat, it can be pretty rough at first if you don't dodge. Secondly, when you're using your skimboard, which you'll get that before too long, and this is a game changer, lets you get around on the water. The one bad thing about this is, oh look, that's we want to turn right there, right there. Okay, that's not a tight turn. This is not maneuverable transport. However, if you look with your camera where you want to go, let's go ahead and take that guy out so he doesn't bother us while we're trying to show this. You can also dodge underwater. And the spears are definitely the way to battle fish. Marine-based enemies, you'll want to use your spear. Oh, that just made me over-encumbered. And that is, this game has an extreme penalty for over-encumbrance. Are these guys going to mess with us too? Yes, all of them. I do have the end-game spear right now, so some of these smaller enemies are one-shot for us. Okay, now when you're maneuvering on your skimboard, if you'll, yes, yeah, the combat is Souls S. You've got to time things right, and it's a little unforgiving, but don't be discouraged. It's easily mastered, and really, there's some settings you can invoke that make a death penalty really not that bad either. Just always be sure to, as you're moving around throughout the map, build your bedrolls or your beds and claim those beds so that you have a good spawn point nearby. But anyway, on a note on maneuverability, this is something we figured out after a while, and it's a game changer. When you may be looking for a particular resource underwater, like these glow stones right there, and so you're going along looking for the glow stones. We get turned around here, and then you find them, or say we just found them, and look at how long it takes us to turn around and go back to them. Alternatively, you can move your camera to where you want to go, point your camera the direction, and just double tap your skimboard button. That's a Z on keyboard. We don't use controllers, so I'm not sure about that. But yeah, you just, any direction, as long as you keep holding down forward, any direction you look with your camera, you just double tap the skimboard button and you'll drop off it and hop right back on in the direction that you're pointing. So you can make immediate 90-degree, 180-degree turns. So for navigating around on the water, that's a game changer. That'll help you out a lot. Other things may come to mind as we're playing through, so we'll be on for another hour and a half or so. So hang out, and I'm sure something will pop up. Try not to do too many spoilers, but yeah, lots of dodging for the win on combat. If you're playing with anyone else, you can res your partners, so that helps a lot as well. Trying to think what else was kind of game changing. Any others come to me, Sea Bunny, we'll mention those. And thank you so much for being here. Oh my God, I'm even more excited to play now that I've actually seen a little of the gameplay. So thank you, my pleasure. Thank you for being here and for the follow. Yeah, thank you for being here. But the thing that sold us on this game, me particularly, is the very first like intro video that we saw when you receive your special abilities. Without going into any spoilers, there are 3 biomes in the map, in the game, on the map. You can see the entire map for now. In a future version, they're seriously talking about introducing a fog of war style map where it will be revealed as you explore. I think that'll be pretty neat. But for now, you can see the whole map. And where was I going with that? I totally forgot where I was just going with that. What sold me on it. So in each biome, you have these spirits that you have to rescue. You have lore that you have to discover through these little stone obelisks and ancient markings that you'll find throughout the world on rocks and trees and such. And then you also have trials that you have to complete. Well, I used the wrong word. Trials, there are actually a thing called trials now that are either skimboard based on the water or air based with the glider that you get. And so trials isn't the right word, but there's challenges in each biome. There's 3 of them that you have to. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Sea Bunny. I appreciate it. But there's these challenges at ruins that you'll find across the map. There's 3 in each biome, and when you complete those, it'll take you to a boss temple of sorts. And it'll either be a combat experience where you have to fight this big, ancient statue kind of guardian, or it'll be a riddle, like a puzzle, kind of a like Tomb Raider dungeon kind of a puzzle to solve, or it'll just be simply like a parkour kind of a challenge where you have to just simply reach the top to complete those. Once you've completed all 3, you will go and rescue what's called the elder spirit of that biome. And there's 3 different spirits. There will be 4, by the way. They have confirmed they're going to be releasing a 4th biome, at least by early access, if not before. And so that'll be very fun. When even if you play the whole thing through right now, there'll still be more content coming. But anyway, that elder spirit, they will grant you special abilities. Once you unlock all of them, you can once you free one and unlock it, you place it like a buildable at your base, kind of like this here. These. So you would have one of these that has the elder spirit in it, and it's either a water, earth, or wind. And right now, we have the water form, which is the first one you get in the game, but it's the best in our opinion. They all have different advantages, but the water form gives you the ability to do this. And I saw this on one of the very first announcement dev streams that they did. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, I was sold instantly. I was like, you can what? And then when we started playing the game, it was until we got it. It was all right. How do we do the thing? How do we get the super feet, the barefoot skiing? But yeah, so that's and this particular ability, not only can you do this instead of skimboard, but also underwater you swim much faster. I mean, look at how fast you're swimming through here. So it's a very great for a game all about the water. It's an OP ability in our opinion. So we love the water form, or the ocean form as it's called in the game. But yeah, if you can get that ocean form unlocked early, that'll help with all your navigation, and use the on-off your skimboard quickly to change directions. That and dodging will get you a long way. So sorry it's early here. Oh, I got it. No worries. It's kind of early for us too, but a water bender. I know it. You do get quite a list of abilities. I'm not going to stay on here very long to spoil any of them, but just kind of to show you how it's done. This will be the first thing you build in the game. This is your spirit altar, and it kind of sets your base. It provides a radius around it of rejuvenating, kind of a buff. And in fact, you can see it when you open your inventory right here. You have tooltips if you float around, and it tells you any buffs or debuffs that you have active right now. Right now I'm heavy, and that slows me down a little bit. And we have the Spirit Sanctuary buff, which is just being here around this Spirit Anchor. Well, if you approach the Spirit Anchor, you can empower it, and that's to actually level it up. It'll start out at a level 1 anchor, and each level that you get, it gives better bonuses and whatnot. But also you can attune, and you go to attunement and abilities here. You can choose to be attuned with a particular element. And I just realized my camera's still off. Sorry about that. You can be attuned to a particular element, and either earth, water, air, or fire. And depending on which one you choose, it'll give you different abilities you can unlock. And you complete those trials I mentioned with the skimboard. It's like an obstacle course with either the skimboard or a glider. You complete those to earn these primordial motes, and you can go through here. You pick one side or the other with each step. You just look at these and see what they grant you and choose which one you'd like. These are various buffs and abilities, but then also you can choose abilities here. So you have 2 special abilities in the game that are slotted into Q and R. Again, we don't have controllers, so I don't know what it would be on controller, but on keyboard and mouse, you would select one of those slots here, and you'll find and unlock a wealth of different abilities, special abilities. And so how strong those abilities are has to do with how in tune you are with your spirit companion. I have not only chosen the water form, or the ocean form, for the boost we just saw, but I've also chosen the water element to be attuned with as my companion. So this little manta guy floating around with me, he could be a little fire sprite, or a little turtle for the earth form, or a little bird for the air form. And however strong your attunement on that is, kind of dictates the strength of your abilities. So the abilities we currently have chosen is this one, which is a ranged magical mana attack, and they do have a short cooldown. It's already ready to go again. It's a very short cooldown. Again, I'm pretty sure that cooldown is one of the factors that is on a sliding scale with how strong your attunement is. And then the other ability we have, if you were in earlier, it creates an updraft of air. It's a wind ability, and you can use your glider, which you also have in the game, to get really high and reach way up to some places that you wouldn't otherwise be able to reach, or just get a great aerial view of whatever area you're trying to look at there. So those are the abilities we have chosen. You can pick any two, and you can change them as often as you'd like to come to your spirit anchor and swap those out to kind of play with all the different ones and check them out. Oh, you're using the air. So what is the T Mama? She uses the fire. Red is her favorite color. So a lot of games allow you to color your building pieces that you're building, and so if there's any kind of game that does that, and if there's any kind of way to make a kitchen, I'm not real partial to red myself, but any bases that you'll see on this channel, if there's a kitchen in it, it's red. And if there's any flowers or plants that are able to be red, any trees, any red you see in my builds, think T Mama, because that's all about her. But yeah, the wind one, we haven't done the little bird yet, so I'm not sure what that one. Oh, you're red colorblind. I have a cousin that's a particular color blindness, and he always had a real hard time with what was it? Because we used to play card games a lot with the family, and there's a game called Phase 10 that is kind of a rummy based game, a progressive rummy, but it's think more like Uno type of graphics. They have their own cards and everything for it instead of a regular deck of poker cards. And there's a couple of the colors in there that they both look salmon to him, like the color salmon. I don't remember which colors they are now. I want to say it was like blue and yellow, both, or maybe blue and green. They both look salmon. But man, hats off. That's got to be a tough challenge to work with there. I think we're gonna make some rails maybe, but not all the way around here. Yeah, let's do this. It's good to have, here's another little tip for if you're ever heading back to your base with one of those sharks or somebody hot on your tail, which does happen. It is always good at your dock to throw some stairs down into the water. And if you're on your skimboard, you can ride straight into these stairs, and you'll just pop right off of your board and onto the base. So this will be a nice little approach for us. Shabam. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right, now let's get the T Mama's rails up here. It looks like they don't want to snap exactly on. Oh yeah, they are. I thought I was about to have to manually place these rails. Another bonus for builders, you can get off of the grid here by just holding control, and you can really fine tune where you're placing these, as well as the rotation. On the grid, it does 45-degree rotations for these kind of parts, and on floors and buildings and whatnot, it just does a 90-degree rotation. But if you hold that fine tune, you can do a lot of little steps. I think that's a 15-degree rotation. Is that right? Let's see. So that's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. No, that's even less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sheesh, that's like 10 degree. So anyway, that's good stuff if for the builders. Which I hope we have some builders in the house. That is what we're all about here. Now, I mentioned before, we do love Sea of Thieves 2, just for the ocean of it. It brings me back and puts me back on the water, and I love that. And obviously, there's really not any building in that. Lots of customization, just as far as the ship colors and everything go. But other than that, not so much. Can't wait to finish cleaning my house because I'm going to binge this game. Thank you for my pleasure. I'm glad I'm able to be somewhat informative. Outstanding. I'm glad to hear it. I've never been a salesman by any means. It's not really. I have had a job as a salesman one time when I was younger. There was a car dealership, a Chevy dealership back home in Midland, Texas, that was offering a $3,000 sign-on bonus if you work there and stay there for 90 days. After 90 days, you got a $3,000 bonus. They had a lot of turnaround as car salesmen, but I did it because we had a goal of getting myself from Midland to Houston and getting into the Ocean Corporation, which is where I went to dive school at to become a commercial diver. So I did it. I bit down and did it, and I hated it. Um, I just selling in general isn't really in my blood, but the car salesman thing, at least there, they had a used lot as well as the the new cars, and man, it was just pretty shady. Some of the, it's just it's hard to sleep at night. So we didn't stick with that 1 minute longer than we had to, and then we made that move and went through school and put us out on the ocean. But anyway, customer service, however, technical advising, explaining things to folks that are over their head in a way that they can understand. I'm not saying that was the case here with you, but yeah, that is something I've always had a little bit of a knack for. So I am glad to have helped. One of the many reasons we're here for. And really, as we continue to grow here at the factory, and we've got the Gearhead workshop over on Discord, I really hope to start seeing some other creators' builds show up there, because I certainly draw a lot of inspiration from other builds. And just in general, I like seeing amazing creations, but especially when it's something that is in a game that I also have, and I can see something like, oh wow, I never thought to use that piece in that way. Sometimes you have to do something you hate to move to do things you love. I hope you're either doing your dreams or goals. Well, thank you so much, Sea Bunny. God bless. What a sentiment to put out. And I am. We are very blessed and enjoying life at the moment. So it's been very nice. It's turned out, very differently as life will do. It's surprised us, but yep, you got to do what you got to do to get to your end goals. You're working 72 to 120 hours per week, so your fiance and I can buy the house of our dreams. Looking back at it, it'll be worth it, but oh my words, that is a lot. When I was one of my first jobs ever, just being in Midland, Texas, growing up out there in the desert, it's kind of what you did. Is sure enough, I was throwing tongs, is what it's called. I was lead tongs on oil rigs, land rigs out in the desert in West Texas for Patterson UTI. And doing that, we worked 12-hour days. Every day it was 12-hour days. And then on rig move days, when you had to break down the whole rig and move everything, then those days were 16-hour days. So I don't even remember what the total weekly checks ended up being, but that was rough. Now, once I started diving, it was also 12-hour days. We would run on the dive boats. We'd run 2 shifts of 12 hours to run around the clock. It's incredibly expensive for a company to have a commercial dive outfit out on their job, and so they need to get that. They need to be working every moment of that. Tensor loves big speed. Thank you so much for the follow and putting us up to our goal. That is the 3rd goal we've hit in about a week and a half. I love you guys and the support. I'm so glad to have you all here, and welcome to the factory. Is it Tensor, or you want to go by Bigsby? Seems like Tensor is going to be the winner there. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're able to get all your drops. We've got about 1 hour left, so if you're starting fresh, we may need to kick you off to our friends on another channel, which we will do a raid when we get done here and make sure everybody's able to keep getting these drops going. Now let's. We did not at all empty our other chest at the other base, did we? Just so you know, now that's on Twitch, the Discord link isn't working. Tell you what, we're going to look at that right now real quick, because it won't take me but a second, because I've actually done this before. This has been a wonderful learning experience for us so far, and when I first did the Discord link, I didn't realize that by default, when you generate a link, it is good for 7 days and has a limit of how many people can use it. So I thought we changed that, so I'm seeing it right now where this link is going to expire never, and it will have no limit on the number of uses, and we'll generate that and stick it over onto our link there. Thank you for throwing that out there. Get that fixed up post haste. In the meantime, actually, let me just throw this into chat. That should get you there, hopefully, let me know. And if I can have one more second, we're gonna actually get that edited up here on the Discord. Save that, and now for anyone, that should work there on the Twitch page. So thank you for throwing that out there. Hopefully that'll get everybody going and get my chat back here. All right, excellent, perfect. Well, welcome in. We've got some creations posted to the various game channels. We also follow all of those channels, so if you have any of those games, you can stop by the workshop and get the latest news on all of those. And then I'll also be posting, my creations from various games into there as well. Let's get another chest going because I know we have some more stuff at the other base. We're going to go grab that, at least get a bed. Hiya! Okay. And Sea Bunny, this here it's not a spoiler. You'll see it here in your knowledge tree, is what they call like the skill tree, or not the skill tree, but like the blueprints. These are the building parts and building sets that you'll unlock. Speaking of building sets, for anyone, I've meant to mention this earlier and didn't get to it. With that 4th biome that they'll be introducing, it is going to come with, they're also, and probably before that, there is a building set that uses the elder wood, which is found here in this biome. Let's see if we've got any right here around us. It's really cool looking, the trees. But the building set for the elder wood, the great wood building set, it's going to include round. So that's always, it seems to always be the way on games, on building games. So many games don't have round curved pieces, so you can't build arches or lighthouses or towers or whatnot. I don't see any immediately around me, so we'll forego that for the moment. But just picture a regular looking tree that has like tendrils of like an electric glowing blue, So they're really neat looking trees like that right there. That's the ore called tide metal for this biome. But yeah, those we're very much looking forward. Where we at? We're very much looking forward to getting that last building set and be able to build round things. But yeah, here on the knowledge tree, it shows you all of the things that you'll unlock. And I forgot where I was going with that, but oh, this. So you'll be able to see this as soon as you start the game. It's coming up, something to be unlocked. They've moved it way up in the skill tree. It used to be way down, like level 8 or something like that. But they've moved it way up for the reason of being able to fast travel across from biome to biome. This area here, you can sail through it, but it has a sea monster in it. It's called the Deep, and it's pretty treacherous. If you want to go back and watch the vid later, we already did a sample death to the sea monster earlier, accidentally. So love making little, yeah, lighthouses and watchtowers. There's a game called Windrose that is very, you have to build a lighthouse, just pretty much. So the rounded building is coming, Bruce. Yes, absolutely. I'm happy to share the smiles. It gave me great joy as well. Really, the only game I can think of right off the top of my head that has good round building that we play is Small Land. which is another really fun game if y'all haven't checked that one out. It's similar to Grounded in that you're little people, but it's very different. It has more of kind of a fantasy feel than, I mean, not really fantasy, but you're like a little elf, sprite, fairy type of a person instead of a kid that got shrunk. But you're in a real world, a normal world that was clearly populated by humans, the giants, at some point before. And anyway, it's a lot of fun, and it has a really great building system in it that includes round pieces. So that's very great. You know, like it too, Medic? Awesome. Has anyone here played or aware? I know Weber was in here earlier, and we've talked about it a lot. But Windrose is it used to be called Crosswinds last year when they did a play test, a limited access play test they released, and then they re-released it when I don't remember when it was exactly. I want to say in the fall, maybe October or November-ish or something maybe. But they re-released it. They changed the name a little bit, and they abandoned the original plans of making it an MMO, and it's now called Windrose. And the building in Windrose is amazing, and everybody's in ads. I'll hold off on the rest of that thought for just a moment while everybody gets back from ads here in a minute, less than a minute. But Windrose is amazing, and there's some big news out in regards to Windrose. We're just playing Pack Mule right now. Moving material. Might as well be a wagon. Now hopefully we'll have anything we might need to build the rest of this stuff. Okay. Let's see if that helped us out here. Oh, well, I forgot what we were trying to do. We are trying to build a little bit of a workbench. Welcome back from ads, everybody. We're just playing Pack Mule a little bit there, transferring stuff back and forth so we can throw a few temporary buildings down here. Or deployables, rather. For a moment, we need to get some... What was it? I think we just need rope right now. I think that's all we're missing up here. Yes, yes. Hey, all right. So anyway, I paused for a minute while you guys were stuck on those ads, but Windrose, the building in it is so much fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very flexible, and the aesthetics of it's nothing like this. It doesn't have like an animated look. It's going for kind of a gritty realism kind of look, and it's 17th, 18th century pirate in the Caribbean kind of a deal. And it's got a lot of hype. We played the demo when it came out for free, which it's still available on Steam for free. They're actually going to leave that free demo up even after the game enters early access. I don't think I know of another game that's done that. But anyway, in that game, it's like you just have to build a lighthouse. And the huge news with it was it came out, this demo came out, and I mean, they got like 1 million wish lists in a few days or something of the demo coming out. Several big streamers checked it out. I mean, it's going to be game of the year, hands down, in my vote, in my opinion. It's not real big on like PvP, but it's just going to be really amazing, a lot of fun. And in that game, based on, you know, if you go into their Discord, well, right now their Discord is exploding. You can't even keep up with it, really. But it's because we all anticipated, just based on We don't want to build out of clay just yet. We all kind of anticipated that it would be the early access release would be this year. We're hoping it'll be this year. Most likely, we're thinking probably, fall or so. And that camera does do that sometimes. It's gotten a lot better, but it'll still clip through the roof on you a little bit. So sorry about that. Anyway, they just made a release, an announcement rather, with the what's it called? The Triple I initiative that they did yesterday, and it's coming out for early access on Tuesday, on April 14th. Like right now, immediately, it's here. And it's just like, what? You've got the Windrose demo. Oh, downloaded, but you haven't played it yet. You want to see it and do it to get it's worth it. Yeah, you really want it. Yes, it's coming out now. Like already, it everybody's brain exploded yesterday with that news, and so that's very exciting. We're really looking forward to that. It's going to be so good. Do you guys think that this bit here should be open with the half walls, or and what is preventing these from being built? Fiber? Let's go get fiber so we can have a better look. I'm not sure if we want to do open walls like this all the way around. This side over here is going to be the workshop, so we'll have the building stuff over here, and then we'll put a little like kind of a living area, bedroom, throw some of those spirit amenities down over here. But I'm not sure about the workshop. If my left brain wants to make it symmetrical somewhat, which would close in the shop as well. But I don't know, maybe since it's a shop, you want it to be a little open air. It's already going to have the open air porch on the back, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, very excited for that Windrose. And I'm so happy everybody's coming, hanging out, and enjoying Voyagers today. It is an amazing game and very cozy. But come next week, I'm going to live in the Caribbean as a pirate in Windrose for the foreseeable future. It's so exciting. That game is just so much fun. And there's so much more in the early access that they've announced on top of the demo. Like Sea Bunny, on the demo, there's one archipelago of islands that you play in, and it has 3 islands in it. The full version, or the early access version, has 30 islands in it. It has Tortuga in it that you can sail to and enter trading and bring NPCs back to your base that will kind of like, what was that game with the little like stuffed animal type creatures that would they work all the crafting stations for you. It's kind of like a Pokemon deal, but Power World, kind of like Power World. I'd love to. Oh, I would leave the workshop more open because I think too much about how hot the work would get realistically. Hey, I like the immersion though. Yeah, the consistent airflow. I tell you, the breeze out here, it will be so nice out here, wouldn't it? You close the living area and leave the rest open with half walls. Perfect. Sounds like a consensus. Love it. Love the feedback. Thank you. Hiya. All right, we'll take a look at that. So with that in mind, we'll do the half walls. They do have a doorway for the half wall as well. So these are just the regular old, let's go ahead and fill these in over here. There's one back there. All right, so they have the regular half walls like those, and then they also have a little gate, a little doorway, like Soza. I also like on these thatch pieces, it has, well, you don't see them on the half walls as much, but on like the doorways and the windows, it has these like kind of red designs in it on the thatch work as well. It looks nice. Yeah, yeah. So they, I thought that was it. I never played it myself, but yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. I've watched plenty of people play it. I feel like maybe we want a porch out there though. Oh, So you can see it on that wall. This is one thing I really hope they change. So when you place one of these main foundations down, yeah, in the Sea Bunny, isn't the art style, isn't it great? We'll zip over in a moment. Were you in here earlier when we were looking at the other base on the other side of this map here? I'll pop over there if you weren't here to see that. You were not? Yeah, let's pop over there just real quick to show you this. The other building material, this is the thatch set. It's the second one you'll get. The third material you'll get, or building set you get, is called, it's the clay set. And check out the art style they put together with this one. Don't look over there too much. Try not to do any spoilers there. But these are the clay, like these are the window walls for the clay here. The clay roof, it's like that terracotta roofing. And these are the clay doors. Doors and windows. The solid walls are just a solid wall, but still, it's really neat. Oh, and are you in the Discord? They put out dev streams, and then just in the Discord, they're so active with the community and the changes that have come along since the demo in this game. It really feels like, I don't know, maybe it was part of their plan all along, but it really feels like they've listened to the feedback from the community and implemented a lot of that in the best way that they're able with the systems that they have and everything. So it's been a fun adventure watching them kind of grow this creation. But yeah, that's the clay set. I like the thatch roof on the big roofs, but I do wish and I think they mentioned that they were looking at a way to do this, but when you combine rooms, these big platforms like this to make one big room, but then you put the roofs on, the roofs remain 4 separate roofs. And because of the design of the roof, it looks like it should be one large shape of that shape. So there'd be one big ridge going down, one peak. And so it looks a little funny. And they did, let's see if we can get spun around here. They did mention that they were looking at a way to where those would mesh in for larger size builds, like a 1x2 or a 2x2 like this. So that'll be good. But anyway, I like the thatch roof look a lot for especially for the larger buildings. But these are really cool too. These are the clay roof, the kind of terracotta. So. And then I thought of something a minute ago as a tip, but you guys were in ads, and now it has gone back away again, so not sure. But the farming is neat. Definitely want to get, for food at least, you want to get the farming going probably sooner than later. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that building set there, the clay and the terracotta. It's very cool. Yeah, you can really tell the difference when the dev team, who they're listening to. You know, you can tell when they're listening to the community and when they're listening to other influences. I'll just leave it at that. And it is refreshing. It always feels good when, because it makes you feel like you're part of it almost, I mean, I don't have the talent to do any of this, to build anything like this, but it's really cool that you get to feel like you're part of it, like even helped shape it in some small way. So that's always neat. And that is not, as y'all know, that is not always the case, is it? Alrighty. Oh, so what I was getting at though is when you have these, yeah, y'all tell me what you think. I'm thinking we'll put a door over here as well, and then have a little porch off the bedroom. Because the bedroom doesn't need, I don't want makeshift twigs and leaves. The bedroom doesn't really need, I don't think, to have that much stuff in it. So, what are we missing? More wood. That wood goes fast. So, I think that's kind of okay. So this is a perfect example of an illustration of what I'm talking about. This wall that we're looking at is the outside. It's the exterior of this wall. Yeah, the patio, front porch sitting. Some of the best times have been had on the patios, for sure. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave that. We'll put some furniture. If you place some furniture around as you begin rescuing your spirits, they'll come into your house and they'll sit on your couches and lay in your beds and curl up on your shelves, you know, and you'll just find them all over the place. So that's pretty cool, pretty neat. Um, but anyway, on this little bit of a bug that I do hope they address, most of the building pieces, the walls specifically, have an interior and an exterior, and they automatically snap to where the exterior is on the outside of the frame the frame piece that you've built there. So in the thatch set, you can see the exterior has these little red, kind of orange red markings I was talking about. Um, However, if you attach one of those annex, they call it the annex, one of these little porches, little addition buildings, if you attach one of these to your main platform building, then it thinks the inside of that main cube, your main room, it thinks the inside is the outside. So if you put a wall there that has a difference, like this door is very clearly the exterior side of that door, you can see it, you know, plus it has the markings. Well, look at this side. I mean, aren't we still in the same room? We're in the house, right? Um, so it kind of makes it look a little funny. It's not as noticeable with the clay set, and we'll probably upgrade this to clay as we play through it. But yeah, it really bothers me. If you snap an annex on it and then put a wall, it does this, and it doesn't let you rotate it manually. And it doesn't matter if you stand over here and snap it to that wall, or if you stand in here and snap it to this wall. Either way, it puts it backwards like that. So, yeah. I don't know. Do y'all think it would look okay if we made that a gate instead of a full door? I'm gonna have to select that piece again now. Does that make it too exterior, like you're walking in to outside? I mean, the bed could still be over here. I think it's okay. I mean, this is all island. It's like an island cabana. It gets a little chilly at night, but it's not going to be snow in here or anything. I think we may leave that. And it'd be nice if they clean up when they do that roof change to integrate it into one large roof. If they clean up these overhangs that come into the inside of the house so much, that'd be good to get those cleaned up a little bit. Let's get some lights going. By the way, just to show you, I'm not going to get into all of the detail decorating on these builds, but just to show you some of the things that you can put down, they've added a lot of little knick-knack placeables that you can really decorate all of like your tables and your shelves and everything with. These planters here are just a decorative planter, and you can put any plant in the game in it, but it won't, you don't harvest it. It's just decoration. But yeah, there's lots of neat little bits and bobs to decorate with, including you can have this ivy that climbs up the walls, or the ivy that drapes down from above. It's got green or pink flowers on it. So that's a lot of neat places. You saw the little fire pit we threw down earlier. Looks real neat. But these are the ones that I like to put up in these ceilings here. If I can get in the right spot. Be my friend, you camera. We'll try to manually, nope, better just let it snap. Oh, I thought I did it. I had to click it twice. There we go. Now these, they call it, if you look, this is a little tip, I guess, because it took me a little bit to figure this out. They call this one the basket lantern double. And you can see the picture of it there. It has kind of a thing hanging off the bottom. Well, when you get this built, that's not what this looks like. But if you place another one Sorry, there are a lot of buttons on the keyboard, y'all. I don't know if you knew that. You can place another one right on that one, and then it creates, what was it that? I thought it was that one. Maybe it was placing the small one on that. One of these gave it like a, I had them at the house. I don't know if you saw them at the house we were just at, but it gives it like a kind of a basket type of a look. It's probably not bad there, actually. This one is too big. You kind of need a two-story room to put that one in, I think. But it's cool that it lets you mount the light to the light. Yeah. All right, so we need some more ropes and glowstones for our lights. Are we done out here? No. Woods. Okay. And it doesn't stop. The hunt continues. In fact, they on their Discord they just put out, I think yesterday, kind of a poll. They wanted to know how, and this seems crazy to me for a developer to ask this. They asked, how can we make the game deeper? How can we add depth to the game? Do you feel it needs more depth? And if so, what does that mean to you? What would constitute more depth? And so I mean, it's always stuff like that from them. Michael and Steph, and then all the other members, but those are the two that are most active. Michael is kind of like the head of it all, and then Steph I think is kind of like I think she's like the marketing community type of leader. But they're both always involved in the developer streams that they put out. They do on Twitch here, and they're just really kind, friendly people. And like I said, it really seems like they care. They care about their product, but in the terms of how many smiles is it going to bring to you guys? It's what it feels like. That's what it sounds like to them. It doesn't. I've seen them make some moves that I think they could have made more money doing something else, and they did it this way for. Oh, I don't have any lights in here. So anyway, it's all promising. It's all looking good. You don't really have to worry about lining it up in the center or anything in this one because it does a good job. Like I said, it's as I misplaced that one, it really does a good job of just kind of snapping where you would think it would need to go. Like I can't even see that, but yep, it's in the right spot. Use the Force, Valak. Trust the Force. We'll throw some torches down here too, but I think it's probably time to get a bed roll, perhaps. Bring us back some sunshine. I think we're down here for a bedroll. And we're going to have to get the, in fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and put this where the bed's going to be, because I'm not going to get, on second thought, never mind. I'll put it off to the side. We're not going to be able to complete the bed today because I can't remember how to craft, and we were looking earlier on stream. I guess you can't craft this particular material called improved nails. I guess you have to find them in chests and whatnot, but we need some of those to build the beds at the last base, the second base in the reef. All right, now we were needing wood and rope. The rope we're going to have to make a loom for, or we could go use the loom that we have in glowstones. Let's just head back over real quick. I still don't remember if we've gotten everything from those other chests or not. Oh, not here. The other place. You know, I guess it would probably behoove us all if maybe I used the Twitch drops, huh? Oh, I could make one of those before. I just need 2 of those. We got that. Pieces of cake. So I'll craft that real quick and y'all can see that. That'll be all right. No complaints, I'm sure. Now, while we're here, do we have, what was it, glowstones? Oh, we do have a lot of glowstones. Okay, I'll take them. Maybe not that many, because I don't want to be encumbered. Can I have those? Perfect. And rope, right? I think that's here. If we had it. This is stuff for the smithing station and the grinding mill. So maybe there's some in the loom. Okay. So now we'll go where we meant to go. Oh, this guy, by the way, when they did the demo, there, and actually still right now, if you drop something out of your inventory onto the ground, it's persistent in the world. It will never despawn. And there's no option to destroy something from your inventory. So you're gonna get things that you don't want. You know, you crafted an axe out of, you know, wood and rock, and then you get an axe out of like sharp stone, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna get rid of this little stone axe. No, it's either gonna sit there in a bag in your world forever, or it's gonna take up one of your slots in your storage chests. So that's suboptimal, and we're running away, so I can't really show you now. I'm pretty sure we have another one where we're going, and we may get a peek at a puppy there in the back for a minute. There's a Murphy coming in from his walk, little guy. Oh. But anyway, yeah, so that's a Murphy, and I was saying something. Okay, Mozart. Well done, sir, but maybe tomorrow. Oh yes, so they fixed that. They fixed that problem for us. We are now able to dispose of items in the game that we don't want. And they did it by giving you a trash can. You have to craft the trash can, and then you can put things in it and say, trash this, dispose of this. But the trash can is the best trash can you've ever seen. Where are you at, sir? I had him right there, and then I picked him up to move him and never put him back down. Okay, so the answer is yes, all of this is empty now, and we don't have anything in that loom, so let's go show you. It was such a cool way to answer the community's feedback that we need a way to destroy these persistent items that are clogging up our saves that we don't want anymore. Ow, what in the world? Oh, there's thorn bushes that go right here, and they respawn every now and then. That almost killed me. Sheesh. Sheesh. Did I drink that? I just thought about it. Oh, I think I ate. No, I didn't eat. Anyway, there's thorn bushes, and they respawn after a while, and there's some right here. And I think they're there right now, but not showing, like a visual bug. I mean, it's never happened before, but no, they're not there. That's so weird. What hurt me so badly? Huh. Maybe it was there and it broke when maybe I broke it with my face. So this is the trash can. Would you look at this guy? I think you can, pretty sure, let's check this. I'm pretty sure you're able to go to first person. No, actually, I'm confusing games. But anyway, this is your trash can. He's called the Bullwog. And you put things in the inventory here and click the button, and you hear him. He's always hungry, and he will eat anything. You can also pet him. That's not the pet button, but I missed. I tried to pet him, but I missed. He's still excited. There you go. So he's a pretty cool little guy. I thought that was a very creative way for them to answer the community's call. Let's go ahead and hit that skimboard and show you the one of the Twitch drops. This is the mana infused Twitch skimboard for the purple fans, for the royal folk out there. And there's also a sail that is a infused, mana infused sail. Get pointing in the right direction there. As well as this guy right here. This is your watering can. We can get away from all of this camera clipping madness over here. That's a watering can, and oh, it's empty. You can fill it up in a number of ways. You can either go to, they introduced, in each biome there are 2 waterfalls, and they'll be marked on the map like that, and that's a fresh water source that you can fill this. You can also build, it's on the other side here, you can also build a desalinator, is like the tier 1 crafting, crafting bench for water. It's this guy, and it actually has a little fire underneath there. You load it up with fuel, and it fills up with water and salt. So you can fill this up here at the house with that, and then after that, you can also craft this well, this spirit well. And this is powered by your rescued spirits on your base, and it's an infinite fresh water supply. So you just approach it, and I believe it's a right click. Yep, just like that. So now you've got this with your Twitch, and it waters. It's equivalent to the tier 3 watering can. So you'll actually, if you get this Twitch drop, you'll actually be skipping the first 2 watering cans in terms of effectiveness. If you like using this one and get it equipped. Now, I better put it back in my wife's garden chest. Happy wife, happy life. That is not just a cliche. Truer words have never been spoken. I'm actually going to leave that, now that you all have seen that, I'm going to leave that skimboard in here for her as well. She does prefer it, and she doesn't have it yet. Is that all we're doing over here? Bulldog, watering can. I think that was it. Get back to work. We need to go make some of the waxed ropes and whatever the other thing was that we needed. Cannot find the flowers I need for pigment to save my life. I know they're in the first biome. And we have a bunch. Where did they come from? I'm almost positive they were the first biome. Are you in the reef yet? Have you made it to the second biome yet, Medic? So these are just the fruit here, right? Those are the berries. Let's see. We have so many of them, but it's one of those things like, where did they come from? Where did we get them? I'm going to assume that you've thoroughly looked through the first biome here at the Embrace. Like so many games, guys, this game, the very first biome, in our opinion, it's the prettiest, it's the best looking, it's kind of where you want to, once you've like done everything in the game, it's where you want to come back and, hang out at. I don't remember if they're in chests. I'm pretty positive it's a flower that you get petals from. I mean, we had a whole bunch of them. You could have missed them, but we've looked everywhere. When you say everywhere, is it all three biomes? You think you feel like you've checked all of them out pretty good? In this playthrough, by the way, if you're wondering why the builder has a ow, I did not watch my stamina. If you're wondering why the builder has this stick and leaf shack here, this is where you very first start the game. This is where you come out like right there out of a cave, and we had already played the demo through its completion, and we knew that we wanted to kind of start this playthrough and build in the reef in the second biome. So that's kind of where we did almost a beeline to get there. So this was just kind of we had a bare minimum. Hey, buddy. We had a bare minimum kind of set up here, just a spawn point and somewhere to drop all of our stuff, pretty much. This is an example of the markings, where you have to get 7 markings. That's an example of the markings that you have to find. And if you'll notice, if you happen to build into them, the marking goes, it contours onto your build. It's as if that marking is like a projection from above or something. And if you get in front of it, it's on the item. This little guy, Sea Bunny, is, I was saying a minute ago, the demo, when they had it out, it had no way to destroy items. You can't like right click and click delete. You can't, drop it in a little trash can over here off to the side. There was no way to get rid of an item. You can drop it, but then it's that little bag, and it's there forever. These bags were, any items that you were to drop, they were persistent, and they would never despawn. So that's a problem. You end up with various materials that you have way too much of, or old tools that you've gotten better versions of now, and you have to be able to destroy things. So they answered that with this guy. Is the neatest way to address that concern. I think this is what they came out with. This is a bullwog, and he is hungry, and he eats anything. And so you just put it, whatever it is that you don't want, in his inventory, and he'll gobble it down, and now it's gone out of your game. So he's a trash can. He's literally a trash can, and he's got a big old huge tongue that he gets very excited if you pet on him. But yeah, he was a really fun addition to the game. All right, real quick, let's see if we can find flower for Medic. Medic, did you haven't gone to the third biome yet? That's what I was just about to say. Did you get over here to the Great Wood? So for the flowers, you need it for what, the fire pit, which is amazing. But or wait, no, that needs sea glass. I don't recall what we need. Oh, the dyes, right? You have to make like powders in the grinding mill. My wife was doing all of that, so it's for this, right? Yeah, you need it for that. Crushed flowers for dyes and paints. Yeah, I don't at all remember what we needed that stuff for, but I know various things call for it. Maybe it's some of the armors. I don't remember exactly what we needed it for, but yeah, look, we have. This is what they look like when you actually harvest them. Flower petals harvested from delicate flowers can be ground up to create pigment. See, if we knew what item requires it to. Oh, the cloth sails for the barge hull. Yep. So you're talking about these big red ones, right? Not all of them, just these, the big red ones. Is that accurate? Let's see. Boat recipe. Well, actually, I guess in the boat section, they're all boat recipes. So this one doesn't show me there. I should have just looked at it. Oh, I never repaired that boat. Be in trouble next time we go sailing. Okay, so not that one, that one. Yeah, yeah. I think it is a third biome kind of a deal. So is what is it? This one, the gnarled, which I don't like. I don't like the look of it as good as the totem bow. It's got like the turtle head on it, and neither of them are as functional as the lookout bow. So that's the lookout bow is what we've got. Let me see if I can grab a repair kit and repair this before somebody comes and bites it again. Now your ships, the fish will leave your ships alone while you're not on them. But once you get on it, then it's fair game. So like right now, even though we're at the base, they could be attacking us. So let me get off that. So yeah, it is a third biome kind of a deal, and we're here in it, so we can absolutely see if we can take a peek and show you what to be looking for. But yeah, it's and I wanted to say even the barge hull itself, I thought was the third biome. You had to get to the last biome. Oh, that did not kill that guy. I was waiting for him to fall so I could see the guy behind him. Which arrows am I using, I wonder? I think I'm using glowstone arrows instead of the big ones. I don't think it's these, but let's make sure. Those are the thorns I was talking about earlier. No, that's bramble fruit. That doesn't look like very good water. The ember sword is very good. I don't think there's any right here. Feel like this will be a good bet. We still didn't find those other two marking or obelisks, did we? Oh, there was someone over there. Headshots do count, by the way. So if you can make that a headshot, get after it. Oh, you sneaky guy. Oh, 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 oh. Alright, he got an electroshock therapy. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. How about you? Okay. Yeah, this hunter's grove in here is full of these hunters. Look at this. Speaking of persistent items in the game. So I built the hole without issue. Okay. But if the flower's in the third zone, I'll absolutely make a beeline for that area and get some. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where they're not rare or anything. But and like I said, we had a lot of them and built everything that we needed to build with them. But I want to say Tamra was, oh, no, that's the hunter's staff there. They're going to want words with me, but I'm on a mission here. There's some down in that grove. Oh, is that them there? See all those spiders? Too many speeders in the game. Again, watch your stamina when you're doing that. It is very easy to lose track. And no, these are the other mushrooms, the honeycap mushrooms. It's very easy to lose track and run out of stamina there. I feel like we should eat something, huh? Get a little bit of a boost. Grab this while we're here. It seems like there were not near as many strands once they did the EA release as there were in the demo. And the water ones are easier to find even than the wind and the earth strands. The earth strands, I feel like we've only found like maybe 6 or 8 of them. I don't remember what those little flowers look like, my guy. Oh yeah, the bags that there's a bag of plant fiber that's been there for who knows how long. Back there, right before we got attacked by the hunters and the spider, I was about to say, oh, there's another one. I was about to say, those bags right back there by the thorns are bag after bag after bag of Titan roots. You don't need very much of it in the game, and every time you hit a Titan root to destroy it, it gives you like 40 Titan roots, and they only stack to 50. So we have a big old pile of them over there. Hey, get back. You stop shooting things at me. Nobody likes a speeder. Maybe we'll have some in that box up there. Oh, also another thing that's different with this game from other games that I've played that have a glider is this glider, when you deploy it, when you first deploy it, it actually provides you lift. So you can jump, if there's something that's a little too high for you to jump to, you can, I don't know if you noticed that, but it'll, like, say right here, it's like I can't quite get up that. You can jump and hit your glider, and it'll actually pick you up higher than you can naturally jump, which is good because you cannot jump good in this game at all. In fact, a lot of players have requested the ability to parkour, to climb up the cliff faces, like think Palea kind of, but they're not going to do that. What they are going to do, and I'm excited about this as well as the fourth biome, they're giving us a hook shot. So we'll be able to hook shot up to other areas. A spiced brand. Oh, that's a cooked meal, right there. So yeah, Medic. I don't remember what those flowers look like exactly, but they are over here in the elderwood. But there you go. A stack of 50 bramble vine thorns. If you were to knock out this wall of thorns right here, you'd have like 6 or 7 stacks of bramble vine, those thorns. And you don't need very many of them to do what you have to do. So, okay, that sounds good. Yes, part of the fun, part of the adventure. I think we just found them. No, those are alder leaf. Okay. No idea what, I don't remember what they look like. If there's something pretty like that, we'll usually let her grab it. Oh wait, it's not the ones up in the trees, is it? There's these real pretty flowers that are, I'm positive it's not. They're real pretty, but they're just aesthetic only. Used to get that boost since I haven't gotten to double jump yet. Oh, you use it to get, you say yet, is there a double jump, Medic? In this game? Is that one of the abilities, one of these, like the Q and R abilities, like one of these that you can get? I don't think there is a double jump. I hope I'm wrong. I could be. Oh, is it with the wind abilities? So, oh, because you have the bird instead of the manta ray, right? So that would be your element path. Oops. So is that here? If I choose Path of the Wind, it gives you one of those. So Chad, this is where you can choose your element. You choose one of these paths, and then it does give you additional abilities. Like I have the water element, and it lets me swim a little faster. If I'm in the water, my health regenerates, and I can hold my breath a little longer than my wife. She has the Path of Fire, and so I don't remember what all it does, but I know she has like a projectile fireball that she can shoot, and they're really neat. You just got to get deep in the game and all the abilities. It's really well laid out. I mean, just at a glance, there's so many of them. I remember this was one of the wind ones. Infuse yourself with the essence of wind. Increases your base critical hit chance, movement speed, and attack speed. So I mean, that is all good, but that's nothing like this one that lets you, updraft all the way up to high areas, um, and then we use these two. So, but yeah, there's a lot of different ones. Kind of, however, it's however you want to build your character and what what appeals to you. Um, Coming soon on level 13 of Wind, right side. Oh, okay. So that's the double jump that you're talking about. That's not actually in the game yet. Is that in the knowledge tree? 13? No. Huh. I didn't know there was any placeholders yet for anything over here. And we haven't done enough of these trials. You see, we're only down to the second primordial gate. We were gonna do some of that today, but oh my word, I have like 6 minutes before I need to try to. So like here, okay, I see it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's neat. We hadn't gotten down that far yet. My wife doesn't like doing the trials as much. I'm good with that kind of stuff, and we were going to do some of those today to kind of work up some points, but we did not get to it. Yeah, chat, we're going to have to go ahead and call it there, I'm afraid. I've had a great time today. I appreciate the follows, the subs so much. I can't tell you enough. God bless you guys, and hope everybody has an amazing weekend. If we'll hang tight for just a minute, I'm going to make sure we get over to another Voyagers of Nera drop streamer going. Make sure everybody keeps their drops coming. Hey, thank you, Medic, for what you do and for being here today and helping keeping us company. Does anybody have any requests? Do you have any streamers that you guys like you want to send us over to? Let me double check, make sure we're looking at the same category. I'm sure everybody is great. If we have no requests, I kind of like to raid out to a smaller streamer. There's lots of us. We got to support each other and everything. It may not be in the long run as beneficial for my channel, but again, that's not our main purpose, our main goal in doing this. So, just sure appreciate you guys hanging out and taking care, nursing us through getting back to. I'm sure by Monday, whatever this little funk was that we had will be right out of here. So. Well, hopefully this looks good. They're backseating casual, cozy English explorers and friendly for lurkers. So that seems good. Hold on, what is this here? Oh, never mind. Yeah, let's hop over to Carolyn. I hope I'm saying that right. Potentially. See how she's doing, and oh, one thing. Let's go ahead and throw up a little bit of a raid message in the chat. If you're following, everybody should be able to copy and paste these. If I pick the right ones. This phone screen is so small. Actually, it looks like I'll have to change this because this matters. It looks like the raid emote, I think, is maybe locked behind a sub, so we'll be sure and get that changed. We'll get the hypes in there too, just for good measure. And it doesn't look like that went through, did it? No, it did not. Take two. I don't like trying to do this on the phone. Goodness. Alright, let me just pop into my own stream here for a minute. That may be the way to do it. Gonna have to reset our follower goal and everything. You guys are living legends. Killing it. I almost had it and it reconnected to chat. Take two. Oh, we're already rated. Okay. Alright, guys.
Base version of the recipes first before you can see the actual which drops.